Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's Tuesday. We are streaming our weekly stream. And because it's Tuesday, it means that something must be going on Thursday that we're not going to be here. And of course, what we're talking about is Mayhem Mill up in Carlisle, South Carolina, where I'll be attending. So,
and I will not.
Yeah, no, you're not. You have guns to build. So, of course, one of my favorite partners of crime, the man of the smallest stature but the bigger heart, Greg Paparisi from Dead End Outfitters.
Good evening, everyone.
There's Wanted, and we're going to talk about a few things here. But before we really get going, we're just going to wait until some people start coming on here. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what happens today with how many people join up and watch, because there might be an issue with attendance because of the storms that are going on right now.
Because America is being frozen in half right now.
Hi, Aiden. Welcome to the stream. So we're just getting the sharing going on and all that. And then we're going to be talking about a couple of the cool things too, like the current Veterans for Airsoft charity things going on, which is Shave the Beard. There's also Save the Beard, but we're not going to talk about that one at all. So if you guys are in the north and all that, or if you're like experiencing the extremely frigid temperatures and power's off, we hope everything goes well. And starting to talk about that for just a second, it just goes to show how like cynical our suffering for something that we take for granted. They get mad and upset. Like people are. Like the people up in the frozen tundra of our northern states that deal with negative degree temperatures are used to driving on the highways with 10 feet of snow and have salt trucks and, have the comforts of basements, portable heaters and everything else. If something like that were to come into, say, South Florida, like if all of a sudden, we had such a polar shift to where, it was in the 20s and we had freezing or snow and everything else, we'd be freaking out too, because we don't have salt trucks, we don't have plows, we don't have any of the stuff that a lot of these northern states take for granted. So, guys, if you see people in Texas complaining about it or like freaking out because they don't have all this stuff's going on, understand it's not because they're wimps or anything else. They just don't experience it normally throughout over a course of a regular year or anything else. So yeah, it's a little bit up there. So
I spoke to Nigel from Elite Force, one of my vendors today, and he's in Arkansas, and they are going through rolling blackouts right now because they're sending from their power grid down to Texas. They are also normally once a year they might get like a dusting that melts by the midday. He goes, they're not used to getting a foot of snow. He's like, nobody hears snow boots and things like that. He's like, it's kind of crazy right now. It's really odd that this is happening. So I mean, I grew up in Connecticut, so I like snow is snow, and being snowed in and all that. That's awesome, but not for me anymore. I'm really happy down here in South Florida. Thank you much. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's my best friend's in Texas. He was just on the news talking about. They're without power. They live in a nice apartment building, and the only light that they're getting right now is anything that's coming through the windows. They have no power, and being up that high, it's they're not maintaining any heat from anywhere. Luckily, maybe any heat that is kind of moving its way up through the building before it leaves, they might be absorbing some of that.
Yeah, and that's kind of that's like another thing that people don't understand is like our like buildings in a certain line, like especially someplace like say Texas, where they're big windows, they're designed to maximize cooling, not heating. Yeah. Shut up, Yordi. What's up, Thomas? What's up, Yordi?
Oh, he's talking about me, not you.
Yeah, of course it's not Thursday. It's Tuesday this week. We addressed that last week if you actually had paid attention. But we're here to talk about some cool stuff and all that. I'm just, of course, propagating out all the links so people can come join us and enjoy the discussion and everything else like that. So
I imagine Yordi's welcome to jump on anytime. Just saying.
You had to make the comment about it's not Tuesday. Forget him. So per normal, it's just always at the beginning of the stream. We need like a production assistant just to be like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take care of this. In the update with the Battle of TikTok, let's go over that for a second. Not only did I get my live stream privileges reinstated, but I also got the video that was taken down for the acronym reinstated. It's like, man, TikTok really does need to come up with some better options and all that stuff for whatever bots they're using to police and all that crap. It needs to get fixed. And it needs to get fixed fast.
Yeah. I mean that the biggest problem I think is the bots, but I mean that's a whole rabbit hole to go down anyway. The automate so many things are automated now that we've gone a little overboard, and it's definitely a little much. What did I see? I saw something the other day. Somebody got banned from nudity or something like that, and actually there was nothing. It was a very odd thing. There was nothing nude whatsoever. Actually, I don't even think it was a human body.
It was a man's body. I think I know the post you're talking about.
It's crazy stuff.
That stuff came across my feed a while ago.
I do. I absolutely do need some two-wheel therapy.
They need better bots. So first and foremost, let's go on to what we're gonna. One of the first things we're going to talk about. I'm going to share the two links up here on the stream. So, Veterans for Airsoft is doing a current charity drive, and it's with Freddie Flux and Doug Smith. Both of them are friends of the channel and all that. And it is. I'm posting them inside of the chat so you guys can copy and paste it. The charity is that it's either shave the beard or save the beard. So whatever one hits $1,000 first is the one that locks in the decision, right? They're aiming to raise $1,500. Freddie's already there. So Freddie's already at that point, but Doug's is taking a little bit longer to take off. But me personally, I think it's time to see some baby faces. I think it's time to start seeing, what they look like. We want to see their chins, right? It's all about.
You're a much braver man than I am, because I know Freddie's wife actually made a point to make a comment when we were doing the pie contest that how much she loves his beard. She loves his beard. She's never seen him without his beard. So you are very brave to be announcing this publicly, because I've met her and she scares me. She's a beautiful woman, but she scares me to death. I'm more afraid of her than I am of Freddie. Maybe that's because I'm smart. You are a very brave man. Yes, to be leading that charge.
Shave the beards.
Yeah.
Know how many I give?
Keep the beards. It's from the guy who shaves his beard a different way every week, by the way.
I know, right? He's like all over the place with that stuff.
I'm waiting for him to do the reverse shave, so it comes down like this with nothing in the middle.
Personally, it's like, I don't know. It's like one of the things that you never want to do is tell me, like, years ago, there was there were these Twitch streamers for board games that were going on, and they were talking about how they were going to have their their thing to generate funds for stuff to go on. What's up, Dougie? Speak of the devil, and he shall arrive.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the women goes, it's like they started putting numbers on there. How much is it to do this? How much is it to? How much money do we need to raise to, like, have one guy shave or have one of the ladies dye their hair a different color. I had to dye it purple, and I was like, "How much to dye the hair purple?" Huh. I just started throwing money at the things to enforce it, and they're like, and they put the numbers low too. It was like I think $200 to dye the hair, and I was like, boom, done. They're like, what the hell?
That's too easy of a goal.
So welcome, Doug. Where we've posted up about the shaving of the beard or cleave the beard. Doug's is cleave the beard. Freddie's is shave the beard. And we are big proponents of seeing those baby faces. So, and so much so that we're not even going to give the links to the save the beard.
No, you can't do that.
Oh, yes, I can.
You can't do that.
Oh,
Well, you can do that. You
I
shouldn't
can.
do that.
I don't care.
You shouldn't do that.
So, for those that don't know, Veterans for Airsoft is an awesome charity to help bring vets to come out to play airsoft. We try to promote that as much as possible here, and because they work, we have a very similar mission, except we try to help anybody that has physical disabilities from or physical limitations. Not even just disabilities, it's limitations. Say you're old.
Is it limitations? Because I mean,
yeah, your little legs running. Hey, we tried to get you inside the battle bug. And
listen,
like,
I need insults for my boots. I need lifts for my boots. I need every single structure to have some kind of step stool at it. I mean, let's be honest. I have physical limitations
and mental ones too.
I can barely see over the steering wheel. Things like that.
Pictures right now because we're definitely going to be showing off some of we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about tonight, guys. So
my goal at every game day is just to try to help kids make themselves feel better by being taller than me.
Oh, I'm not doing that hashtag of leave the beard. I'm gonna have to temporarily ban you there, Dougie. All right, that's done. All right, so I mean, it's really the Veterans for Airsoft is a great charity. He does a very targeted thing inside of a niche community, and honestly, it's kind of weird that. I guess because a lot of charities have burned. You heard of Malong? I think this is a bad joke incoming. No, I have not. What is that, Jack? I have a feeling I know where this is going now.
What's Malong? There, I said it.
I'm just getting all the photos ready so that you guys can see the progression of the battle bus. We've been working very hard on the battle bus the last few weeks. I want to give a shout out to Nick.
Yes,
that guy is a pain in my ass, but he's definitely been driving forward the manufacturing and getting everything ready for the battle bus and all that. So thank you, Nick, for helping us push stuff along. And now he's like, I don't know how much more work I could do. I was like, oh, sure. Now you get everything all fired up, and now you don't want to work.
No, he's setting you up for pay. That's what it is. He's getting you right to the edge where you're like, oh, we're almost ready to go, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
All right. I can sure use a sandwich right about now.
And there's the joke. I knew about that joke. Let's see. I kind of figured that's where you're going with that. All right, I think I have all the pictures. Yep. So let's go into all right, sorry about that. There goes the famous I'll say that the computer froze. Yeah, that's it.
Is that what happened? Yeah. Next time you freeze, I'm just gonna go and wait till you come back. Just so everybody else thinks it's theirs.
See, I could act like real still and all that, but then I realized in the background you see all the stuff fluttering around.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to talk about next is actually I'm going to go ahead and turn TikTok on the live. So if I start reading comments, it's going to be from multiple locations, which is going to be great. I just got to make sure that they cannot see in the background the gun wall. And I'm going to put this one over here because it's kind of frustrating that the Karens of the world are ruining it for everybody.
As soon as I get the go ahead, by the way, I will post up the picture of Dom. Speaking of shaving things, I did get a picture of him with his shaved head. He looks fantastic with his big old peanut head shaved at basic training. So I have decided that while he's there, I'm going to continue to grow mine out so that by the time he gets back, I can look like him. And I'm just going to rub it in his face right there, right like that. There we go. Just up until he gets back. Yeah, I'm growing my chops out like he used to do, like I used to hate. Grow them all the way down. And I'll pick him up from the airport in his Jeep.
Is it back up and running yet?
No, it's a Jeep.
I swear I have like phantom itch right here from like stuff that's there. So all right, we have now set up all the stuff. It only took me 16 minutes to get everything out.
That's okay. I was trying to add color.
So we're going to talk a little bit. For those of us joining on TikTok, we're actually streaming live on Players Wanted on YouTube right now. So for those of you joining me here, you're not going to actually see what I said or hear all the conversation unless you join us over on over at YouTube. Thomas Petland, Jeep is life. Jeep is life.
Yeah. Jeep life is Jeep life. Indeed it is. I had one. I had a Wrangler Unlimited. I probably the scariest thing I've ever had happen when behind the wheel happened for a while until I figured out how to fix it is the high speed is the death wobble, because my Jeep was lifted and you get a death wobble, and if you've ever seen it, it's the scariest thing. Like, it's worse to see than it is to actually feel, because you don't realize what's actually happening, but the front wheels actually independently do this, so they wobble like that when you get to a certain point, because there's a stabilization setup you're supposed to put on. Well, mine was older, and the hydraulic parts of it actually were just giving out. They were no good anymore. So it just kept on happening. And I mean, you feel like you're going to crash. Everything kind of bounced all over the place. And I've heard of people just crashing and flipping and all that. I'm like, maybe I'll go ahead and fix this.
So when it comes, going into vehicles, let's talk a little bit about the battle.
There you
go. Hello, idol. Hopefully, I'm not somebody's idol, man. That's scary. I'm going to go ahead and start bringing up the pictures and all that for the battle bus. So we've taken the next major step for the battle bus. We have gotten all three gunning positions. So there was a major change that happened to the battle bus. Originally, when we were talking about doing it, we were talking about putting three airsoft gun ports, because now we're talking on TikTok. We're going to put down 3 gun ports on each side, 2 at the back, 1 up top. So 9 guns total. Replicas total. Sorry, 9 replicas total. So what has happened now is that instead of doing 9, we realized that we had to dramatically reduce the amount of ports on there. We're going down. If you're on TikTok and you want to find out what we're talking about, jump over to YouTube and look up Players Wanted. We're live on YouTube. So as we're trying to go through, do the walkthrough and everything else, we realized that we cannot do 9. We can only do 6. 2 on the port side, 1 on the starboard side, 2 in the rear, 1 up top. So we don't play Nerf, we play Airsoft, guys. So when it comes down to all that, it's like we had to do a complete redesign. We actually had to switch up the type of seat we use as well. So to go ahead and bring on let's go ahead and share the screen. And let's go ahead and open up the picture here. So for those of you that know the Battle Bug, you know that this seat looks remarkably different than what's on the Battle Bus. So the difference are a couple. These seats are a little bit smaller profile because of having people walk on and off the bus. So that's the first thing that you're going to notice. That's going to be what the hell?
Matter. Oh, you got that?
Yeah, there we go. That's the thing. So the seat's a little bit smaller of a profile. We went with blue and gray for on the bus. So one way to also signify the difference between the different vehicles there. So it's a little bit lower of a profile seat. It's a single post that went through. So when we went to go put these posts into the bottom to secure the seat down, we literally it's always like when you're engineering something for the first time. You have to go through and you really have to dig in there and figure out what's going to work. So the way the seat goes, it's got a 3-inch small base that's raised down about maybe an inch that goes into like a 1-inch post that goes all the way down. So we had to draw out 3 inches through the wood and the rubber, hit the metal, and then once we hit the metal, we had to go to the 1 inch to go all the way down. So we went through like 3 different drill bits before we found the right one that would work. And if those were wondering all that, the Diablo cutting bit works awesome. No, it's a little bit. I'll show the picture in a second, Thomas. It really is. It's deceiving how it sits, right? So Papa would definitely be a little bit safer, but he also does. Even though he's a short guy, it's his legs that are short, not his torso.
Yeah.
So putting it in, going underneath there, we had to bolt the things down. I just wanted to wood screw it down. Not really wood screw it down, but there's actually bolts that have a tapered end. All that. We had to put it all the way down through. So we got it mounted. Then came the fun part of what we did on Monday, and thank you very much for everybody. Thanks for the big shout outs. Welcome back, guys, on TikTok. We are streaming live on Players One. If you want to see the entire conversation, go to youtube.com, look up Players Wanted.
By the way, I'm actually looking at the TikTok. I'm watching TikTok now, and I can see a couple in the background. I don't know if that's okay or not.
Just seeing the butts, that's fine. I can see it. I can see it as well. I can't show anything else other than that. I haven't gotten any notifications on that yet. So what we decided to do for a gun mount was really jerry rig something up. So that's actually people complained that they didn't have a place to grab on the bus. So we came up with this system, which is these are regular bathroom handrails. And then we took a long pole. This is a 3/4 inch plumbing metal plumbing pole for either gas or for water. Put the that's a caster wheel that's upside down with the gasket on it, and then what it turns into is that. So that's what it looks like mounted up, and then this is what it looks like with Nick on it. So like I said, it's a little deceiving of how low it sits, but once you're on it, it actually feels really nice to be on that replica, aiming out the sides. So we actually drove the bus, not like this, but not with the gun hanging out, but we actually drove the bus with the seats in, and Nick and I both had a chance to sit in the back to see how it felt. Is that you that just posted that in there?
Am I not allowed to?
Oh, you can. I was just asking. I don't think you could copy and paste it over easily enough. I can't see the chat.
That's why I didn't realize you were trying to monitor multiple, so this will be my new job. While you're sharing that kind of stuff, I'll watch the feed over there also.
The funny thing that's on TikTok is that I cannot turn it off. It gives me all the notifications of everybody that joins in.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The next phase, oops, that's my ugly face. That's Patches. So the next phase of what we're doing is actually going to be, hey, where'd it go? I could have sworn. Oh, that's right, because I haven't taken it off of WhatsApp yet. So the next thing that we are going to be doing is mounting up. So,
Hey Sam, yes, it is.
hold on 1 second.
Okay, so I'll answer that question. Let me look at some. So, the Sam, your question about is the battle bus going green for Overwatch? Yes, it is. So the players one team, battle bus adventures, all that, battle bus, battle bug, those will all be unless the bus is a playable objective like it was this year. It will actually be on the green team. The battle bug will definitely be on the green team this year because I'll be COing it. So I was just explaining that unless the battle bus is a playable objective again this year, or at the next Overwatch, it will be green. Otherwise, it'll be a playable objective. Battle bug will be green.
Yes, battle bug will be green for Overwatch 7. More than likely, the battle bus will also be green for Overwatch 7. We don't know about the gun truck yet. So going over that's how the setup pretty much goes. It's really clean in there inside the bus for it. So come on, there we go. This is kind of cool. I didn't realize that you could actually download it. So yeah, this is the fun part of us trying to figure out how to go through and all that stuff. I got through part of it fast, but there was no going through the.
Good picture with it just kind of sticking into the floor there.
I got to upload the other one because the other one is. That was the messiness of the battle bus when we were placed the stereo on it. So we actually have now tunes inside. So that's a lot of fun. Let's see here. I'm gonna try it. No, I can't because I'm streaming. All right. Well, I realized that for the TikTok, a lot of people are not enjoying themselves because it's there. But Greg, you could actually help me test something.
Go right ahead.
We're gonna go and test to see what happens when I go to another screen. Did the TikTok
host is away and we'll be back soon.
That's rather interesting.
Yep.
All right, I'm sending it back over. All right, so
and welcome, Jacob.
Hey. It's Purdue, is who that is. So the battle bus is coming along nicely. Once we have all three those new seats put in, we have the next big fun thing, which is figuring out how we're going to do the back. But the cool thing is that the mounts that we made with it were very, very effective with what it does. I mean, should open it back up again. There we go. All right, share screen. So that is a very effective mount. So if you guys are wondering what this portion is right here, that's actually a caster wheel that we removed the wheel from and bolted it to the bottom of the caster plate for that. So it actually works really well. The only thing we're gonna have to come up with is I want to attach to the lower portion pretty much a shield. And on the shield that goes so that way it cannot traverse all the way to the front part of the bus, I want to put a post at the bottom so when you go to a certain portion, it hits that and you can't shoot for one reason and one reason only. I don't want to lose my mirrors. Yes, Eric, we play airsoft. So that thing does not move. You could probably stand on it. I probably should have taken some pictures from the outside. But we bolted that thing all the way through. We found out there's some more insulation on the insides. Yes, it is, Thomas. It's way cheaper A little bit easier to use. And on top of that, most of the pintle mounts have problems mounting, because I have a pintle mount and it has a problem with mounting on there.
I like that it's braced both to the floor and to the wall.
Yes. Yeah. What we're also going to do is we're going to wrap some cloth around that lower portion where those two clamps, the two band clamps are at.
Mm-hmm.
So then that way, if you happen to grab it, you don't scratch yourself or anything like that. Nice, Eric. You just bought a WeTech High Kappa.
Welcome to the sport.
Exactly. Welcome to the sport. You guys can't hear Greg. Let's try this way. Let's see what happens if I put this on my speakers instead of. You guys can let me know if it reverberates through.
Oh, does your mic? It's only your mic going directly.
Oh,
I see.
So, Greg, talk a little bit. See if.
Eric. Well, to Eric, I'll say if we'll get to something like that in a minute. We try to keep on track with certain things, but he's asking about what AEG would we recommend. We'll get to that in a minute.
All right, for all of you that are watching on the YouTube stream and all that, could you please tell me if you hear Greg through my headphones?
He said he can hear me.
Well, that's
on TikTok, and YouTube should be able to hear me fine.
Oh, they can hear you. I don't want to make sure they can't hear you through my headset.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
I want to make sure there's no echo. Welcome from Brazil. All right, sweet. We can just do it this way. That way, at least the people on TikTok can hear, but they really can't see what's going on unless they join us on YouTube. Guys. So that's the battle bus progression so far. The next step is what we're going to be doing is I could go ahead and put the other two posts in, because now that we figured out the process to put something in, we can now move forward with actually cranking out the rest of those pretty fast, which is great. I think the other ones just got finished uploading. Not yet.
Thank you, Sentinel.
I want to show you the link for YouTube. Eric, if you just go to YouTube and search Players Wanted, we should be the first one. Just look for the yellow and blue lion head.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sentinel. I also found out something interesting too, that Nick.
I'll put it back. I'll put it in again.
Yeah, the problem is I don't think they can type it off.
Yeah, I'm putting it in the chat for TikTok.
Yeah, that means they have to type it out. Instead, what they could just do is go to youtube.com and search Players Wanted. It'll be the easiest way for the TikTokers to do it.
Oh, no. They can copy it.
Not on a phone. Most TikTokers use phones.
If you don't know how to push and hold?
You can't push and hold that.
Don't. My God.
I'm trying. Oh, shoot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, I only have the option to report. So fun stuff, anyways, all around. Fun stuff. Thank you very much, Brody. So the next step was what we got to do is if we're going to put the other, I'll be able to put the other mounts in, the other wall mounts in pretty quick. I could even have Tinker help me with that because Nick's going to be a little bit busy. Then we're going to do the paint job. So Nick has volunteered to do the paint job on it, and we might actually.
Next show, it's all about Nick. Sorry.
Are you here? Are you here, little man? But what are you going to do anyway? You're going to stand on your tippy toes and maybe get the first rib on the side of the bus?
It's so easy with you to go from 0 to 0. You know, I build these guns, I do these things, and I go 3 days without doing something impressive, and now it's all about Nick.
SBA.
SBA.
Mm-hmm.
SBA.
33 and 3 zeros.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Not here yet, though. Waiting. Really wouldn't
Just
mind.
say it. I can punch back to you.
Yeah.
So when we go to do the paint job, we're going to have probably one of those days. It's probably going to be one of those weekends where it's like, okay, guys, barbecue at my house. Here's brisket and burgers. Break out the
paintbrush.
no, it's not even paintbrush. We found it. So the neighbor that did my truck said that he helped Nick teach him how to shoot the paint on the Rhino liner stuff. So he's also gonna loan us a gas compressor.
Oh wow!
So then that way we can spray it nice and easy. And I think you saw that question inside the TikTok chat from Aaron
about the AEG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we have to do is we have to have pretty much a prep party. We need to have people come over with pink scotch pads and a bucket of soapy water, and everybody just starts scrubbing the sides to score the paint a little bit to get it ready for paint. So Purdue asks, Papa, do you like Polar Stars? I love Minecraft.
First of all, to Marco, amazing. LOL. The Polar Stars. I do. So they make a very strong product. They really do. They're not my first choice. Not to say that they do anything bad. They actually, they have a pretty strong grip on the market. Depending on what you're wanting to use them for, they do tend to be on the more pricey side, though. And I don't see. My opinion is I don't see the reasoning for the excessive pricing. For example, 4 years ago, Crytek's were insanely priced, comparatively speaking, to other guns that were out there. But at the time, they were definitely worth it. With everything that they came with and the way they came out of the box, one of the number one guns, it was Crytek, and then VFC launched a couple of their guns that were absolutely phenomenal. Those guns were worth it at the time because they had innovations, they had things going on with them. Crytek has a self-shimming system, all of that, so it was worth it. Polar Star has been in the game since the beginning. They're fantastic. I just don't know that their pricing makes them worth that the value is actually there. So that's my opinion. They're not my first choice. I do like Wolverine. Probably my first choice, except for the Redline N7, the Milsim. I really do like that for my DMR builds. It's a great it's a great single semi-auto single fire mechanical pneumatic. So but that's an opinion. It's got nothing to do. I mean, even I could have 30 years of experience and it would still only be an opinion, because all those things I just mentioned aren't facts. Facts are that they make a great product and they tend to be higher priced. So that's a long-winded explanation.
It makes things go pew-pew fast.
Yeah, and the Kythera is very good. You're right. I for no other reason than my own personal research and my own personal investments, I like the Redline N7. Doesn't mean that the Kythera is bad by any means. If you had both of them sitting in front of you, I would say use either one. If you didn't buy anything yet and your budget was somewhere, that would be a deciding factor.
The Kythera, as far as I understand, though, takes a lot of tuning to it when you have to get it out of the box.
The Redline, not a lot of tuning. The Redline is tunable. Doesn't necessarily take a lot of tuning. It's tunable. You can actually adjust the trigger sensitivity. I know. Wow. You know what? Stuff your face. Stuff your face and shut up. Add color. The Kythera does require a little bit more tuning to get it running right, whereas something like the Redline N7 actually out of the box you can pretty much drop it in and off you go. And any tuning you do after that is a desire, not a actual make it work properly.
All right. So the next question, Thomas, does your neighbor do liner paint jobs for vehicles? Yes, he does, and he's really reasonably priced. The truck I believe, was $1,000 total, but that also he had to do some repair work. There was some dents and stuff from before I bought it that needed to come out. So yes, he does. The bug is only going to be like $800 once we get the sides done on it. So once we get all the exterior stuff done on the bug, $800 to get the bug done. The bus was going to be more expensive because of size. And he lives just down the street from me. Like literally, you have to pass his house to come to my house. Chris, so you'll think I'll scrub your bus for brisket. If you ever want brisket again, you'll come scrub the bus. How about that?
Dang.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. The criteria does need some of those fine adjustments. Because that's what I know Mike was having a pain in the ass time with it once he put it in. All right.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely is one of the, in my opinion, like there are some people that just, they're Polar Star centric. That's what they prefer to use, before there was, Wolverine SMPs and things like that. That's what there was Polar Star. My first HPA was a Tippmann, and the truth is, who could you trust? Who would you trust more than Tippmann for an HPA, because they've been doing it longer than almost anybody when it comes to paintball. Well, they didn't necessarily get it right off the bat. You get a Tippmann. First of all, their CO2 version was horrible. The CO2 cartridge was inside the magazine. As soon as you took the magazine out after your 30 shots, it emptied the rest of the CO2. So that version was terrible. When you cut over to the HPA line, it was very inefficient on air, and the hop up needed to be replaced for a TDC. There was a lot of things that needed to be done. So just because you've been in the game for a long time doesn't mean you're good.
There's definitely that.
Yeah.
Tough decision to make. I'll let you know. Blade Shadow, LOL. You want a T-top barrel on any other guns? How about that, Skippy?
Very nice.
I could. His comment was probably along the lines of, "Oh shit!" Just so you guys, the guy who I'm harassing on that I keep calling out, Blade Shadow 207 is one of my teammates. I'm allowed to say shit to him. You even had one of my burgers yet, man. At least I make burgers. I make a mean brisket, but I also make an awesome burger. Thomas, I can message you. Let me reach out to my neighbor to make sure he's still, because he does have a company that does it. I just want to make sure that it's okay to share out the information. I don't see why not, but I want to make sure the number I'm going to give you is the one that he wants you to have, not the number I have, which is his cell phone. I could just text him right now. Somehow I always think, guys that are watching on TikTok, I'm going to be gone for a second.
Oh, you're dropping that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just jumping to the backside.
Just make it sure. Yeah. I'm just trying to find something while you do that. So, what the hell, man? No, make it so much harder, please. So stupid.
All right, done. And back to TikTok. All right, sorry about that, guys. Those that joined in, I had to jump away for a second. All right. Can you D-hop any AEG barrel?
Yes. Sorry, did I say that too fast?
No.
Okay. The answer is yes. What are you looking for? Yeah, so far we haven't. The only thing we can't patch right now is gas
Pistol.
blowbacks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, anything gas blowback. So pistols or gas blowback rifles, we can't patch at the moment. But at least with pistols, what I've found so far is either everything that's out there right now is like a Crazy Jet, Maple Leaf Crazy Jet, things like that, are worth getting. So it's not necessarily worth me getting in there and reinventing the wheel. As far as the rifles go, that's a different story. The energy that you're pushing from a rifle versus a pistol should be, and there's guys that don't do this, but should be greater. So you may want to control it better. But the hop ups are different than they are for AG. So sometimes it makes more sense if you look at the bucking that comes for a gas blowback versus the bucking for an AG. It's a lot more dense. So it's almost as having a what do you? I'm trying to read out. You stopped me. Now I'm reading everything because you're laughing and choking on your sushi. What's going on,
Papa? How are you going to practice being at the next watch? Be practice being DP. Yeah, yes, he is.
That's a very valid point. Very valid point.
Oh, what he's just going to do is he's going to do what happens at some other restaurants we go to. He'll just start shooting people with CP. Where do I go to respond? The enemy CP, because that's what you're evidently you're working for them right now.
Yep. If you're not actively helping us, you're helping them. That's it. That's how it is. Look, I'm all about the fun. If airsoft's not fun, if you're not having fun when you're playing airsoft, you should be playing. Right. But I'm also all about everybody having fun. And part of that having fun is if you showed up at a 500 player event, then some of those players or all of those players should have shown up for a fight. You watching videos on your phone, sitting at the CP, letting everybody else get shot over and over and over again because you're not there in force, it's no longer fun, man. You're actually stealing the fun away.
That's what I saw.
So
I switched teams. I came up and I was like, "What the hell are you all doing?"
Mm-hmm.
I was mad.
Yeah. Now I can't listen. I can't say it's not going to happen. Under my watch. Because look, bottom line is, stupid hobby. We run around with toy replicas, but I'm going to do my best to not let it happen. I'm going to do my best to help motivate and create a sense of urgency and give guys purpose and direction, and hope everybody wants to get out there to win this thing. And win it in such a way that everybody feels a part of it. I know there's been times I've played, other people have played, whether you win or lose, at the end of the day, we were walking off like, it doesn't matter. I was stuck in this corner the whole time, or I was barely part of it, or, well, I mean, then why are you there? Let's, I want everybody to be engaged. So, all the way down through picking, platoon leaders and platoon sergeants and CXOs and everything along those lines. I'm going to try to make sure that those people are engaging. That's really the key. Is it not like, we got my guys Dead and Outfitters. They were looking for someone to be a platoon sergeant, and John Logan, one of my team guys, he was like, yeah, I have military experience. He's retired from the Army. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. But like, this was John's first mil sim. He's not that he did anything wrong, but there should have been someone who jumped in long before or been selected long before. God knows, look, man, if I'm out on the playground picking guys for dodgeball, I'm not going to be like, who wants to play? Come
but
join my
team. Like Mayhem Mill, that's going to happen in I leave in 2 days for it. They don't have, like, one of the platoons doesn't even have leadership. And somebody asked me, "Are you going to do it?" I was like, "No." Why not? Because I don't have my team here, so that means only one thing. You know what time it is?
Hood
Rat shit.
Yeah.
What it is. Hood rat shit. I'll put a recommendation for other people to go up there, but I'm not going to do
it. And no, but you're not wrong. That's the thing. What it should be is my opinion as the CEO, the top guy. My job is to make sure that everybody beneath me is set up for success. Now, if I need five additional leadership positions, and I got 10 people asking for it, I'm not going to just draw straws. I'm going to find the people who not just have done it before, because I don't really care about that. I'm going to find the people who want to be active, want to talk to their people, get them involved, get them energized. Because if the company is 250 players, then I'm personally not going to be able to interact with all 250 all the time. That's not the CEO's job. Just like platoon sergeant it's not his job to interact with the squad. It's his job to interact with the squad leader, and so on. So you're muted.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. So we have some questions from TikTok. First, a comment: "Potato Army, potato for life." I am a potato, and this potato can kick your butt and turn you into mashed potatoes. That is a German Shepherd. Her name is Callie. She's a blue German Shepherd, so she's got that rare coloration. And
Eric Crewy asked where we all play. We're in South Florida. Sometimes in my field at Operation 31, sometimes in Miami Airsoft.
And then, of course, I travel the country as well.
The rest of the country, yeah.
Thank you. So this is actually kind of the first. What I really want to have happen is I really need to reach out to like StreamYard artists. Like, you guys need to add TikTok live to your thing. Do you sell a good hood rat shit patch? Why, yes, I do.
Funny you should ask.
Funny you should ask. I think the kid stole it. I think my son moved him because I had it right here. So for those of you that don't know, what always happens whenever I'm missing something? What do I do? Oh, Angela!
Blame the kid.
I can tell you right now, Thomas, there's not a lot of pre-event organization that was going on that. Could you go find me, please, a hood rat shit patch and a tactical hood rat patch, please?
Thomas, I'll tell you from the green side, absolutely, positively not. Unfortunately, we got nothing from top down for months. That sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. It wasn't until a week out, maybe. We were trying to organize ourselves, and I don't think that should be the case. And I think waiting on information, for me personally, from when I was in the Army to being in corporate or anything of the sort, if you're waiting on information, you're wrong. If you're sitting around waiting for somebody to give you something that you require, you're wrong. Don't wait for anything. I mean, in life or in business, don't wait. You need it, go get it. Somebody doesn't have it, find somebody else. Get the information or create it yourself if you have to.
And
no,
no tax op whatsoever. But here's the thing, too, right? People said, when my team showed up to the thing, they go, I was like, oh, perfect. You found them. So there's our good job. Ran it to a wall.
You ran into the wall.
So there's our tactical hood rat. Tactical hood rat.
He's so stupid.
And then I'm bringing out the other one too. We have our hood rat shit patch. Hood rat shit. And then the newest vehicle to our collection. I just had it in my hand. Where'd it go? Yes, I need to clean my desk. I'm aware of this. I literally just
no tack up, no nothing. And one of the reasons, I'll be honest, that I was hesitant to a couple of people came to me before I ever announced the fact that I wanted to run a CO. I was asked.
Actually, hold on. Yes, Purdue. I have information on that. I'll answer that in a minute.
I was asked, and I held off for a minute because I don't ever like to do anything that I don't think that I can do well. If I'm afraid that something's going to get in the way, or if I'm going to falter or anything like that, I don't want to do that because I'm responsible at that point, and I don't want to drop the ball on anything. But when I saw what happened, and I believe that I can make a difference, and others believe that I can make a difference, and I know who I've got with me, I'm going to give it everything I got. I'm going to do the best I can. If we don't win, it's not going to be because we weren't motivated. It's not going to be because we didn't have a desire. It's not because of any of that. It'll just be because we got outplayed, which I'm fine with. If I get beat because somebody was better, great. If I get beat because I went in unprepared, that's terrible.
Billy Bob, we are talking about various Milsim events and everything else. Right now, we're live streaming on YouTube. So TikTok, we decided to try to bring you guys in as much as we possibly can. So if you actually want to see the full screen of me talking Pop on everything else, jump over to YouTube, search Players Wanted, look for the blue and yellow lion, click on it, come join the discussion there. That's when we're actually doing it. If you can actually click the link, he threw it in. So that's the first thing. So also, since it's almost 1 hour into the stream, I want to go ahead and bring up the two hashtags that we're doing, which is shaved a beard and cleaved a beard, because we're not going to mention the other two.
The other two are to save the beard and leave the beard.
No, they're not. Don't even listen to him. So it's a charity thing going on for Veterans for Airsoft right now. They are paying. They're trying to raise some. They're trying to raise, like $1,500 to help Veterans for Airsoft do what they do. So if you do the hashtag shave the beard
or
and
save the beard,
hashtag cleave the beard,
or leave
go ahead
the beard.
and donate, because we want to see those two guys' baby faces, Freddie Flux and Doug Smith, respectively. All right.
That's why
we didn't win. Okay, yeah, you guys really didn't win that, and I'll explain that in a minute. But let's go. Purdue brought up a subject about any news on the off-road wheelchair for Damien. So today, I had my teleconference with Damien's doctor to find out what the hell's going on with the wheelchair. The insurance company refused to tell me themselves what the report that was sent over to the doctor's office, which sounds absolutely freaking ridiculous, but it's not. So after a month and a half waiting, we finally found out what the report said was that it's been denied right now because the chair is not FDA approved, although the Action Track chair has an FDA approved chair. It's a wider wheelbase, which means that he would not be able to take it to school with him. So worst case scenario is we get that Action Track chair, because the doctor said, well, F them, we'll put it in for the one because it's an FDA approved chair, and get that for him instead, which costs $7,000 more than the Action Track Standard NR, and it has a wider wheelbase. So the short answer is that tomorrow while I'm making a trip over to see a certain little leprechaun to pick up my magical little guns, I'll be on the phone with Ambetter yelling at them, saying, "Why the F are you going to spend $7,000 more for a chair that's not going to be there?" And the reason why they also did not approve the chair was because they said, "Oh, well, we don't. The company they send out to evaluate doesn't sell that chair." Well, no shit, Sherlock. It's very shitty, dude. This is now a 2.5 year long process that we're going through. Is that a chicken? That right there? No, that's just masks and goggles and everything else, guys. I have chickens, but not inside the house right now.
There are several comments. When you finish this, we'll have to roll back through TikTok. There's some comments that came through.
All right, cool. All right, so let's address the TikTok comments before we address Sam B's comments about how Green won Homeland 2.
How can I join? Leave the beard, save the beard. So you put the link in already. You want to put the links back in for save the beard, shave the beard, and all that. And no, you don't have a airsoft RPG, right?
No, I do have tag-in launchers. I don't. The RPG is so big. The way I'm sorry, Joker. Keep at it. Don't worry, brother. It's something that we'll end up getting this for my son. By the time I'm done with it, we will have this action track chair, guaranteed. So we don't have an RPG because it's so big. Our play style, the RPG, what's the best way to explain this? I don't like having useless weight and useless size stuff because it looks cool. No, I am literally running over and over and over again across.
Was he wondering if you had a rocket-propelled grenade launcher or a role-playing game for airsoft?
Oh, do I have a role-playing game for airsoft?
I don't know. He said RPG, and I immediately thought of your board game company. We should get some clarification on that one. I'm sorry, because they do make an RPG for airsoft.
Yeah. I kind of figured they're talking about that replica RPG and not a because most of the
could you No Name 86, can you ask your question again but spell it out? I'm sorry, man. You were saying that, I'm like, I don't know if that's what he meant or not. I don't know.
I mean, if they really think that I'm making an airsoft RPG, I mean, I guess I could, but what's up, Rev? Always good to see you come around.
Oh.
So going back to the stance, I don't like that big thing. It's like now they're making stuff that feels like it has full on weight to it and stuff. You know, like real lighter, because you don't want to be running into a building carrying this freaking thing. Oh. I know who's got one. All right, Rev, give me a second. Give me 1 second, brother. I'll get you in here. I know a guy who does have it, or at least something similar to it.
Yeah, I sold 2 RPG kits last year, I guess it was. They were used as movie props, but sold them nonetheless. But they're terrible when firing. The actual RPG replicas are terrible when firing. That's what I think. As Rev's talking about, they're not up to snuff. They do make other ones. They make AT4s and things like that. I think Rev has an AT4. They make different things. It's you run into issues with them though sometimes.
Hey, look, I like my pocket rocket.
That's a different kind of stream we're talking about. So we're an hour in and haven't even got the topic yet, but that's good.
What about Battle Bus? What are you talking about?
That's true. Yeah. All right, we had that. I get a.
Rev, check your messages. I sent it to you. So I have grenade launchers. Replica. Wait, hold on. Live stream. Replica grenade launchers. So I have, the replica thumper, and I have the 6-shot. The 6-shot really is not good for launching grenades, though. If you don't hold that down until you see the projectile go out of there, it can literally launch inside the drum and explode, and then you lose a whole lot more. I mean, I guess, Thomas. I mean, personally, I'm kind of concerned about that myself.
Yeah, unless it's a top-mounted on some kind of permanent arc or can't go down past this particular angle is the only way I would.
Did you not see the videos on that thing yet?
What, on the tagging?
Tagging?
I'm sorry. I read further. I was actually reading.
Oh, you're jumping ahead. I saw Chris's comment. Yes.
Sorry.
To answer your question, Chris, yes, we are going to.
Oh, yeah, the mortar system. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I would really hate to be running down along the way, and next thing you know, have one explode right on top of my head.
Get me in here.
There's Tony. What's going on, brother?
Doing absolutely great, Joker. How you
I'm
doing,
sorry.
man?
There's Rev.
It's all good. Rev is fine. It's all good. How y'all doing today?
We're doing great. How about you, bro?
I got peanut butter Oreos. I'm doing phenomenal.
Glenn Moray.
You're back home now, right?
I am back in my VCR location, VCR shop, in my location home, yes, in Mississippi.
That was a hard way to answer that question, man.
It was. Thanks, Glenn Moray. I heard you guys were talking about RPGs and stuff like that, and I had to jump into the conversation.
Yeah. Oh, but before we get this going, didn't you have a problem with the launcher down the hallway at Overwatch 6?
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I remember that. That was fun. I love it. I think were you there, Papa?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he yelled at you for it.
Oh, you were the one that did that? Oh man.
Yes, I was. Yeah, I was.
Hey, it's all good. At the end of the day, I think I think it was all respect. It's all good. It's all good.
I love it because when we have, I don't know if you were there for the after action report when we had that stream, but they started talking about it, and I said, I know who that was. That was Rev.
Hey man. So it was my first op running in the RPG, and it's just kind of like one of those things where you're just like getting used to everything, and it's getting the quirks and stuff. I think I might have like one of your guys pop a. Oh, I don't want to go into details, but we're gonna call bygones be. We're gonna let bygones be bygones. We're gonna take the high road on this one, okay?
Always.
That's all. Exactly.
Always.
What's Chad thinking? Where's Chad at? Hold on. There we go. Oh, they're cool. So yeah, I really wanted to. Yeah, it's my first op with the RPG, and I tell you, it's like completely different. Like you need to have that like the skills ready to use it, ready to go, and stuff. Because otherwise, like if the rules are not clear enough, or you just don't get like all the rules, it just turns into like a massive shit show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, by the way, I could say bad words, right?
Oh yeah.
He doesn't like one.
Hey, Rev, I'm monetized on YouTube now.
Nice.
Yeah, I've seen it, in my field, which is one of the reasons like we now don't allow any projectile. So like tagging projectiles or any kind of projectile, isn't allowed on the field because
I'm an idiot.
Even if it's an accident, which it wasn't, it happened a couple of times on purpose. Firing it at less than a 5-degree angle, shouldn't be. It's not a direct fire object. So don't do that. That just looks horrible. Don't do that.
Say wave to the camera. He's taking a picture.
Oh God, no! He's trying to stream.
He's streaming on TikTok.
Yeah.
Not
work well.
Yeah, we've had it where like twice in one day. No, not one day. It happened twice. Like a guy come running, and he would fire, and as the projectile came out, somebody came this way and got clipped in the head. So if it was shot at the upward angle, if somebody came running out, it would still only come down on them, as it
Right.
should.
Not
If
bad.
it happens, it comes down.
Right.
Well, if you're not skilled with them, or if you are a little bit too aggressive of a player or anything like that, those are the accidents that are going to happen that are only barely accidents. You should know better, kind of thing. So, like you said, first time using it, if you're not accustomed to them, things like that, that's going to be you're going to run into some of those issues.
Yeah. So that's why it's important to have like the rules, like really.
What's up, fellas?
So
So
I
that's-
brought in Tats from Dark Horse 6 because I'm going to be running with him this weekend coming up at Mayhem Mill. So figured to bring him in here. He's up in the frozen north right now, digging himself out of the Hoth of the U.S. right now, under 10 feet of snow.
How you fellas doing? How you guys doing?
It's cold.
That snow up to the windows.
These two assholes are like enjoying the 80-degree weather while we're out here cold as heck
Oh.
and 20 degrees.
It was like 74 today. I don't want to hear it. Oh my god!
You guys are in Florida, right? You guys are in Florida?
I'm not
Boo. Yeah.
Hey, look, I started this stream by saying that I have.
Look at this guy. He's wearing a Hawaiian t-shirt. He's rubbing it in our faces, Tats. Can you believe that? He's rubbing it in our face with a Hawaiian t-shirt.
Hey, Mark, I should bring
I
a
have the air
cooler
conditioning on
filled
right
with
now.
snow for you.
I have the AC on, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
I had to turn my AC down because the computers were making it a little bit too warm in here.
Florida refuses to be Florida winter. Like here comes the cold front, here comes winter, and then the Florida boy just walks up and goes, "No."
No. 80-degree weather. That's thank goodness.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be fun to have you. It's gonna be fun to have you back with us, Mark.
Joker,
So-
can you say Wesley Platt 2424?
Wesley Platt, 2424. Thanks for watching,
Thank
brother.
you.
All right, Rev. Continue as you were saying about your grenades and all your launchers and all that.
Yeah, so I think that it's important to like have the rules like set up ready to go and be able to like very well documented and well demonstrated, especially with like RPGs and LMGs. I think people sometimes don't understand like, oh, there's a break coat, like line of sight or line of cover over the window or whatever. Well, does it matter? It's the first floor. Or what happens if I'm like standing on a bookcase and I'm like above like 7 feet? Or what happens if I'm like on top of someone's like, so they're right on top of me like a giraffe? Does that still count? So you get these dumbass rules all the time. And that's why it's important to like be able to like demonstrate. Otherwise, you get those dumbass questions.
Mhm.
Brr.
Joker,
Tell us how you really feel.
more than one time at down in Miami, you see rentals come in, and you don't get they. My understanding is that the rule set's not very well explained to the rental players. So what happened is, and you just had a video about this. Guy comes in, you shoot him, and he's like, "Oh, you hit me in a helmet. That doesn't count."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because exactly, Papa, exactly. And it's such a you're like, really? Yo, you hit me in my plates, dog. Yo, I'm wearing plates, dog. It's like, no.
Yeah, hey, your live is ended, by
I
the
know.
way.
I had a content warning, so I just shut it down.
Okay. Yeah, and Joker and I have talked about this a lot, and I've seen this, and other people talk about it. If the field owner isn't instructing, isn't doing what they need to do, it's on us. It's on anybody that's an airsoft that have been playing for a while, anybody with integrity, to share that. Don't yell at the kid. Hey, this is how it's supposed to be. Let's not hurt anybody. That whatever it takes.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's airsoft. At the end of the day, it's just airsoft.
Yeah.
I got a question. At Overwatch 6, how long was your briefing, Rev?
Really short. Like something that I noticed that it was like very like I was asking a lot of questions regarding the RPG, and they said that you couldn't use a shooting inside. I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then they're like, but what happens if you're shooting like far and stuff like that? It's like, oh, well, maybe you could in the prison cells. And I'm just like, all right, then. All right. I mean, like, it makes sense. I mean, again,
We were told you could shoot outside to inside as long as you were away from the building. Like if I was like 30 feet, like 10, 15 feet away, I could shoot through an open window and an open door.
yeah, then for sure.
I couldn't just break the plane inside the door and go, you know.
Right, yeah, and I think that was like one of the mistakes that I had. I was like well under 30 feet, and I regret
I
it.
wasn't going to say well under. I was going to say well in the doorway, but whatever. Bygones.
Bygones be bygones. Let's not talk about it.
Well under 30 inches.
Hey, where's that stirring stick, Joker?
It was about like 6 inches away from the door.
Yeah, it was, yeah, right. I use myself as a measurement on my field.
I might have been right next to him when I pulled the trigger.
From your perspective, though, Rev, were you there to see the battle bus in action?
Oh, did I see the battle bus in action?
I don't know. Did you?
I did, and I had a lot of fun. It was a great experience. I think that it used like as a middle of the point was very interesting. I think I'm never gonna have. I think you provided me the one experience I'm never gonna forget in my life. I'm never gonna forget this in airsoft, like ever. Okay, so first, it was the beginning of the first day, and we were like pushed up at center. Tan was like right in front of Green's base. Green was just like getting thrown with tag and shells all in the afternoon, and it was just awful. And all of a sudden, I see a U-Haul start driving around, and I'm just like, "Huh? Can I do it with tag? Oh, I can't. Hey, what's that bug doing behind it? Wait a minute. No, this can't be." And I just see this like U-Haul doing like the circus music, like doing a round around the entire one of the buildings, like 2 laps around it. I'm like, oh shit, this is overpowered as fuck. People are going to be upset at this.
It was that incident was not just me though. It was also my gun truck, the Battle Bug, and the Humvee. We're all doing this dance, catching the U-Haul. As soon as they unloaded, we even made it look like that we drove away, that that were able to unload. We just came right around the corner,
right around back. I saw it all. I'm like,
that's just mean.
That is broken. That is broken. And yeah, I think that was like the one crazy thing was just that we had so many technicals, and all they had was one U-Haul that we were just bullying the entire time. Like,
no, they actually had vehicles. The problem was that they weren't utilizing them well. They had the Ben Watson was acting like a jerk with his from time to time, like driving through our CP, going to town. But
oh yeah,
he drove like 20 miles per hour through our CP.
I saw that. I
was in it. I was in it when it happened.
Yeah, I made sure like one of my tag and shells went right to the body and made a nice little dent. So that was me. And I think it was very exploitable because they only had one door on the side. Like, yo, what's up, Thomas? Yeah, so they had like one door on the side that was open, so it was almost like a helicopter. So I was like, now wait a minute here. Mm-hmm. If I go on the opposite side of that thing, they can't shoot at me. So every time they passed by, they always forgot that there was a backside, their blind side, and I always hit on the blind side, and they're just like, ooh.
Let me throw a question out there.
Hey, maybe Steve could participate. I asked if he wanted to join up and talk.
Right,
and,
Thomas, right.
Then Rev comes in and he's like, because I definitely want to talk to Tats today because, we have the event coming up this weekend. And
which one?
Did you see that, like, Second Platoon has nobody in charge of it?
Well, they're trying to get trying to get some leaders right now. Right now, I'm going to be QRF.
Help wanted. More like it. Players wanted, more like help wanted.
Yeah.
Somebody did reach out and say, "Hey, are you interested?" And I was like, "No."
No.
They go, "Why not?" I was like, "Because I'm going up by myself. My team's not going. I'm running with Dark Horse 6." Kevin messaged me. He goes, "Yeah, they're going to be under me." And I was like, "Great." He goes, "It's going to be QRF." I was like, "There's going to be Dark Horse 6 QRF, and then there's going to be my hood rat shit where I just be like, y'all are going too slow. Bye."
Exactly. Wait, what field is this at?
It's in Carlisle, South Carolina this weekend.
Oh no, that's far from me. All I've been doing this past 2 months is traveling. I'm good. After Brone Strike, I'm good.
I wish you could have. I wish you could be there, man, because isn't it a one-off event?
Which one?
Steve, is it a one-off event?
This one, I'm not too sure. Southern Comfort, the last one was. It was just
Yeah, I know that.
one and done. This one, I'm not too sure. But in April, they're going back to Elkin for a third time.
Yeah, I know. I have to sign up for that one too.
Yeah, Elkin is a really nice AO. It's not huge. It's like just perfect for CQB, and especially if you got nods when you're running at night. That AO is pitch black.
I got my nods. Look,
Big yikes! Big
I
yikes.
got my. Yeah, I do. Look, I got my Call of Duty nods right here.
There you go. They do, right?
They work up to 50 feet.
Actually, the only thing you need is a brighter IR flashlight, and it goes even further.
Right. That's
Guess
right.
what I bought? Guess what I bought?
What, if
A
it
big
works,
ass IR. A big
but
ass
if it works,
IR.
bring it. You know, because you're gonna have an advantage over someone who doesn't.
You just gotta like flash that IR right into somebody with a PVS 7 or a PVS 14, and you're just gonna look like one big floodlight onto them. You don't look like Jesus Christ.
It was so funny at the American Milsim event, right? The Iron Horse. During the night game, it was me and a bunch of other guys. My team, we just rolled around the corner like 7 of us with night vision, and we scared the shit out of Lucas from T-Rex. He goes, holy shit, there was a whole fucking squad of fucking guys with nods come around the corner, you know?
What did you think about Iron Horse?
What's that?
What did you think about this Iron Horse?
It was my second time there. I like
second.
To be honest with you, I only like the tunnel and the subway. If I had to choose, I choose real world AOs as opposed to training center, because training centers are basically just clean. Everything's clean. You know what I mean? I like roof collapsed. You know, buildings demolished. That's what I like.
So I was
like, you know.
Go ahead, Papa.
No, I was just saying he likes tetanus. He likes the ability to walk.
Illness.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Papa, we had people fall down elevator shafts
on the side of the corner.
Yeah.
Piss.
How was your last Milsom event? Man, it was fantastic.
Bro, that Milsom was amazing. I got jaundice.
Let me tell you, when they had
I got new gloves and everything out of the deal.
Bro, when Lion Claws used to have the Red Storm events up in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Right.
Let me tell you, it was like a square mile of buildings, right? It was like 18 awesome. Buildings. And I've been to like 6 out of the 7 there. Let me tell you, the first 2 events that you hit there, you were blowing your nose and spitting out black shit for a whole week.
Beautiful.
So they had one in Detroit.
The one in Detroit with Operation Irene? Did you go to that one? The one Irene?
No, I wasn't fortunate enough to go to Detroit.
Oh, because the one Lion Claws did the one in Detroit for Operation Irene. That was a fun AO.
It was good? Okay.
Oh, it was amazing. The AO was crazy. The AO, I think it was the most dangerous AO I've ever played at.
No.
Southern
Comfort.
What's that?
Southern Comfort, hands down, was the most dangerous AO to play on, period.
No. Think of, Mark, think of an AO 2 times, 3 times worse than Southern Comfort.
Oh my God.
That was Detroit.
Rev, they were walking the field, and a guy's foot went through one of the wood things and pierced his boot.
He was in my squad. Yeah, the guy was in my squad. He's actually running with us at this upcoming event too. The same guy.
So somebody's in the garage.
Yeah, I got this whole house security.
What I loved about the Guardian Center was my 45 knife kills, killing an entire squad of 15 with my knife. You want to talk about some salty bitches?
Yeah.
When you kill someone with a knife, it's like embarrassing. Like, really? You know?
Yeah. You should look into getting like some 7s and then recording at night while you're getting knife kills. They're fun. I killed 2 people with it.
Don't tell him that. He'll buy them. Don't do that.
No,
hey, get yourself some PVS 81s, the quad nods, or whatever you call them. The panoramas.
Yeah, the wife will castrate me.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
man.
don't do that. It's
Yeah.
Buy them up as tax refunds. Tax refunds for the channel. You're good. You're good.
the tax refund is going to replenish the 75 guns he bought last year.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Not wrong.
True.
My newest gun that I'm going to be using when we go, hopefully it gets here in time for the mills. I got that rose gold pink GTP 9.
Mm-hmm.
Rose gold.
Rose gold. It's gold.
It's good. It's good. The GTP 9 is amazing. I got one.
I know, but it's just for that emasculating. You got shot with a pink gun.
Hey Mark, how many?
Pew pew.
Hey Mark, how many guys you coming down?
Right. GS 42 is 42 grand. There you go.
Mark, are you coming down by yourself?
Yep.
Oh shit! So just run with us. So you'll be
That's what I
QR.
said.
Oh, he's running with us. I was gonna slap his ass with a twisted tea banger. What the hell?
So this weekend we have at Stag we have an event going down at Mississippi. If anyone in chat's listening, we got it's at Southern Tactical Airsoft Groups. It's a big op, and we're actually out showing off the fort that they built.
COVID, excuse me.
Oh, bless you.
Coronavirus. So yeah,
No.
our host is gone.
Yeah, we lost him. So I talked to him earlier today about something I wanted to bring up topic wise. I wanted to talk to anybody that came on. Oh, he had to go get it.
Jay, look, he's got the twisted tea.
So proud of it. So proud of it.
This is my new lethal weapon. This, I swear to God, I'm going to use this.
Just tap someone on the back of the head with that.
Oh, I already got one guy like sideways shot right on his head.
You do realize
If I didn't love him, I would hate him.
frying man, right?
This, I swear to God, I'm going to use this.
Yo, I think we have Rob White in the chat right now.
Rob White's in chat.
I think Rob White's in the chat.
Yeah, Rob's in the chat. What's up, Bulldog?
Hey.
He must be in YouTube.
He's on Facebook.
I'm
Facebook.
not seeing, for some reason, I don't see the Facebook chat right now.
Yeah, I only see the YouTube chat.
Oh yeah, I don't see.
Did you close it out by mistake? Never open it?
I have them both. I've them both on the side open.
We're getting some
Yeah,
feedback from you, Tats. Or somebody's playing the video in the background. We can
Yeah.
hear it. Oh.
Yeah, we can hear it. So
I was like, that was throwing me off.
It was like a little delay off of Facebook.
Oh,
But yeah. So we were talking. So before you went off, I wanted to talk. I said if anybody's in Mississippi, we're going to be doing Southern Tactical Airsoft Group is doing a event, and we're showing off the first fort, and the fort is so cool. We have it's in not Mississippi, it's in Alabama. It's in Bama.
Yeah, it's in
Theodore, Alabama.
Yeah, Theodore, Alabama. If you guys never been to Stag before, you need to go at least once. It's a really good outdoor field. Papa, one of these days we're gonna do that trifecta when we're able to go because that is a really good it's a really great field.
Yeah, it's
What's
worth
the Stag Ops?
Southern Tactical Airsoft Group. It's a field it's a field with about 6 different. It's a one big field, right? But it has 6 different fields on it, and they all like cater to like different types of gameplay. So and 4 of them have buildings in there on the outside. So you have like 2-story buildings, 3-story buildings that are like. I'll tell you this one. They go as long as Miami Airsoft. The buildings.
Yeah,
That long.
Here,
Wow.
so
Yeah, but the thing that makes it so like amazing, that's a picture of the new fort. Wait, there, right there, y'all. That's the new fort, and I got to preview it this Sunday, and I could tell you for sure that it's a game changer. It's got like a CQB interior, like internal CQB. Ignore that guy that's in blackface. It's got like internal CQB. It's really, it's awesome. I'll tell you that much. And not just that, there's three other buildings in that field. There's me, and that's the fort, and there's the event. There, and there's someone's notebook.
That's all on. That was all inside their thing. That was weird.
See, and there's me.
Where's you?
I'm a bush.
Oh, you're a bush.
I'm the only bush in the corner.
Oh, there he is. I'm a tree.
I'm a tree. Exactly. And the great thing is that the one thing that makes the field so amazing is that it really does cater to like every single type of person that plays airsoft, and it's very player friendly. So one thing is that they'll like have a lot of like the game types are very easy to understand, and for older players, it's actually really nice too because they have so much different fields for you to play. So you're never bored, you know. Because you could go to Miami Airsoft and it's like the McDonald's of Airsoft, where it's like back to back to back to back. Oh, we're playing at the same field. Oh my goodness, I'm going down middle. Whatever, right? But this field is like you could play in the Southern Pines, which is like a huge redwood with lanes. So like for speed softers, they love playing there because they could just go down the middle and just run into BBs. You got ghillie people that can stay in between the woods, and not only that, like the events, but the number one reason why, and I keep alluding to this, is that the field owner, Stan, really takes care of his people. And he really does run the games really well. Every time I'm there, there's like 5 refs, and everybody's super honest.
Yeah, it really is. It's a real fun field to play at. The community there is awesome. That's why, Papa, I said you would love it because he upholds the same policy you do. It's like you go there. It doesn't matter if you've been there your first time you're showing up, if you've been there a dozen times before, you get a 25-minute safety brief every single time. So
yeah, that's true. And and God, it's like and nobody. It's a gem in the South. It's a gem in the South. Like I've been to other fields. One in particular was called Mount Dune. So this is something I wanted to talk about. My experience at Mount Dune. I don't know if you guys. I know y'all Florida people. I know there's a certain thing that you guys might not have heard about. There's actually mountains. The terrain is not all flat.
What's this?
Joker. What? I know this sounds crazy, but you know, like when you go outside, there's like hills, and sometimes those hills are high, like really high.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
So here's the funny thing, right? When I played at Fall de Gap for the first time, I was told that, you know, the landscape there really does kick your ass. There's a lot of hills. It's like, hills are not a problem. Yeah, no, when the hills are like that, it's a freaking problem.
So exactly. And I never want to play on a mountain. So when they say Mount Doom, they really do mean it by the name Mount Doom, because it's not just one hill. No. The top of the hill. Oh, this is Stan. Hey, there's Stan. The top of the hill, the starting area for the field is on the top of the hill. And then at the end, at the game start, they literally have everybody on the top and they go, "Fight, bitch!" Bah! And they kick you off the top of the summit, and you're rolling around on the side of a hill, and with only one trail on the side. So you either go down this one trail, which is, by the way, covered with technicals, which was amazing getting shot at, by the way, or like you're climbing up a slope or going down a slope. Add rain and 10-degree weather, and that was last week, and it was, or the week before that, and it was amazing, especially climbing up.
Steve?
Hey guys, I gotta bounce, guys. I gotta get on a Zoom meeting with the CO for Mayhem Mill. All right. You guys have a great night, right, guys?
I'll see you.
Yeah, Mark, if you're coming along, Mark, you're definitely with us. So you're gonna be QRF. So get your knife bladed up and sharpened, all right?
On it, brother.
Well, have a good night, guys.
You already told me I was going to be running with you anyway, so I put you down when I got my ticket. So
there you go. All right, I'll see you later. Have a good one, guys. Be safe, all right, everybody?
See you later, brother. You stay warm. Yeah, so this is Stag's field. This is the CQB field that they have out there. I turned the volume off because we really don't need to listen to, you know, my heavy breathing or talking about the individual field. But it's also one of the reasons why I love the field because it does have that different style of play. Their CQB field ends inside of there's two different forts on either side of it. So there's a CQB field like open-esque type CQB field in the center.
Yeah.
Then they have the two castles. I forget what they call this one.
Oh, that's North Fort.
North Fort and South Fort, right?
Yeah, there's North Fort, and then there's East, and then West Fort, West, East, and Center Fort.
Yeah,
that's North Fort, and yeah, it's a I wish organizers. The one downside that I wish they could do is to just Stan can open up for other organizers to come in here and help out, because the field is. I don't hear anybody talk about this field, and it's a shame because
I talk about it a lot.
Oh, me too. Me too. I'm going over. I'm talking to Jet. I'm talking to Josh. I'm talking to
I talked to Doomsday about it as well. Say, hey, you really need to reach out to these guys here. I talked to TCA about it. I said, hey.
Yeah. Yes. And the funny thing is that they're they stake to their mantra of local as being a local field and being open to newer players. They always say, and Stan talks to me, he's like, oh, we bring these people, we might end up having to bring the wrong crowd or whatever. But honestly, I wish if I could go here, if I could keep playing here for however long I play airsoft, I'd do it. Cause this is just, I could never get bored of this place. Cause you could just add different, I don't know if you all are playing board games, but it's imagine playing different tiles. I know Joker does. You gotta I know Papa. I don't know what Papa does, but here's the thing, right? It's you're taking different pieces of maps and putting them together, and it gives you a different experience. So you can go north, center, south.
Like this one right over here.
That's a swamp.
That's a swamp field.
Yeah.
So that one, if it's rainy season, that shit's deep.
That's deep. But lately, because there's been so many games there, the terrain is flat. And the trunks are now covered. It's insane. I mean, that looks a little more kept, but okay.
Oh, this is where the new fort is, right?
Yes, that whole that was a little CQB area that got knocked down because of the hurricane last year. So what ended up happening was they had to close down that area because they were afraid that some of the structures were not good. That one in particular got knocked down. However, in its place, they put a giant fort there. And what happened was that it actually evens the field out completely, because it used to be that, and I'll tell you when to pause it. So it used to be that when you had to push on that center field where usually had those attack and defense games, that's a third floor, gentlemen. Audience, that's a third floor. There's 3 floors in that building and a CQB field inside of there. And a CQB building or a kill house.
Yeah.
And so what will happen is that people would just stick their guns out in those little holes in the first floor,
slots right there.
The little slots, and whatever, not call their hits or whatever, who cares. And then the third floor is just OP as hell, because you could be shooting straight from center fort. Now with that fort, you can actually hit people from that fort, from the new fort to there, and it's accessible to the attackers. So it's a lot of fun. And if you haven't been there, man.
Yeah, this fort right here.
Yeah.
It's dark inside.
It is.
It's 3 stories. So you go up here,
it's dark, it's muddy, and if you have nods and stuff like that, you could use it. In fact, I actually have some nods. I want to show. I kind of want to show off some brand new secret technology. So I'll show you. Yeah, I'll let the video play. Give me 1 second.
You go do that. Yeah, I had actually to turn on my phone just so I can see.
It's on here. So, yeah, it's really awesome. It's by far the most unique field I played in.
Have you been? But
you broke up.
Yeah, I know. It's for some reason my internet connection for my computer. Only when I'm streaming knows I have this problem. Have you ever been to EMR Event Park yet? up in for Bad Blood up in New Milford, Pennsylvania.
That's the one with all the car lot, right?
No.
Yes, I have been. Overrated. Overrated.
I don't know. I'll put Stag and that one at the same because they have a bunch of different.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of different feels for the place where you're at. So you actually feel like like they have the grasslands of Vietnam, like they have here at Stag. You have the pine rows. It literally it's like EMR is the Stag of the North.
Yeah, good example. Yeah, that's very true. And what the only weird thing about EMR when I played their DFE events was that there was this one strike.
DFE had an event there?
Yep, they had a northern strike, and there was I again really great organizer. I think I really like what they're doing with DFE with like the apps and the phones and stuff like that. It really does bring it makes the game more. We didn't lose. We had this whole place hold down to the last 5 minutes. Well, actually, you only held it for 5 minutes of the hour that we played. And you can see it in the app. So it's almost like a battlefield. But so those, and also this whole area got moved around. It completely got moved around. So what blows my mind is that he's able to like take these huge buildings, rotate them, and change them up to a whole different layout, and it's done really well. And this isn't not like this isn't no PB Matrix like wood either for it. No. This is like treated lumber with like and it's well kept and it's not like all broken down.
Here's the other amazing thing too. So far you cannot tell that this field does paintball on Saturdays.
That's true. That's true.
Like if you go to a place that does both, usually you show up and like even in the park.
Oh wow, there's no paint or anything though. That's
yeah. You don't come back with your gear full of blue jizz. Like it's very clean.
That's what it is. Got it.
That's a secret. That's a secret ingredient.
Yeah,
blue dye.
So just if you're watching in this portion, this here is actually really high grass area. It just so happens when we showed up for this one, this was just after Airsoft Palooza. They had mowed this grass like I guess the month before, so it hadn't grown up to the height that you're used to.
Yeah, yeah. And that area, that whole grassland area, used to be like they would do like certain things with it and turn it into like tunnels and like tracks. So what you could do in theory is you can go through the hay and all that crap if you wanted to. Whatever, but you can always go through the trail that they like mowed down, and it turns into a really cool ambush spot. And this is that same river that goes up and goes east and west, and through the fort. So it's all very planned out very well. And this is like one of my favorite parts of the field, the redwoods. And the redwoods is just like if you like woods ball, if you like shooting in the forest, this is the spot. You have lanes, plenty of lanes and ways of just going through however you want. And it's kept really well. This field is just, 10 out of 10. I mean, it's worth the travel, especially on a Sunday. If there's a game day, Saturdays, there's night games. And then so night vision. So the cool thing about night vision is that you don't have to worry about like bullshit like sticks and tree branches and things that like jut out of the ground because this is all flat. This whole area is flat.
It's really clean.
I like it. Man.
Yeah, it's all kept really clean. So you're not going to be like fumbling around and falling on your ass with your night vision.
The South Fort, right?
That is Center Fort.
Fort.
Yeah. So that's like the most famous. That's a big famous one. That's the one that's like, I know it's like a mini Northfield or.
This is what we were shooting at each other from. When we had that one game, remember the game that we were at, where we were where we kept killing.
Oh yeah. Like we were up in the top side, and see how like all that is like that treated lumber that just does not wither or break. There's no play with that rail, so when you're walking on it, you don't have to fear for your life, guys.
Yes,
yeah. And maybe like this part is a little bit like this sees most like paint and stuff like that, but regardless, like it's done really well. And then like the Eastfield, again, it's more awesomeness. He changed up Eastfield more. It looks like he gives a shit though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like they every 2 weeks they reconfigure.
Yeah.
Let's see, dude. This is the one. Oh shoot! I don't want to add it to queue. Just we can play it now. The one thing that you didn't see on that was this is their center. This is their center field area. So I'm inside of a tower, and just trying to see if I can get around this. So this one you're allowed to shoot through cracks.
Yeah.
But Stag's an awesome field. Like if you guys haven't been to Stag, you need to make the trip to Stag.
Yeah.
So it's one of the ones that we're going to set up for like one of our trifectas that we do.
Well,
I loved this tower up here because of.
Oh, there's more. They added more buildings there. They added like buildings that you could like. So some guy decided to figure out a way to like hack the system, and he bought a plank, and he walks around with a plank of wood, and he just covers a doorway with it. Yes, and nobody could get in. And he has like one of his buddies just like hold the door to hold the plank, and it's the funniest shit ever because I'm just like, this is gonna piss people off. and I'm not talking like 5-foot wood plank. I'm talking 6-foot wood plank, and he just covers a door that barely sees the 7 or 8 feet. So all you can do is throw a grenade, but if no one has a grenade, they're screwed. They're screwed. So like the whole, and you can't just like bash a door because you'll get a felony for hitting a minor.
Oh my god!
So you can't. So you have to fight through the front, and who's in the front? His buddy with an assault rifle or with like pointing at there, and you're screwed. It was so cheating, 100% cheating. It should not be allowed, but it's the funniest thing. I saw it this weekend, so I saw it. I was just like, oh, that's gonna. People were pissed off. Ooh.
I think my record still stands for the fastest game they have in the center.
Yeah.
What was it? 24 seconds, 45 seconds, some nonsense like that.
Yeah, it was.
The run. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, there was. Those were room temperature IQ players there. So we usually get about 50 versus 50 at that field, and it is insane. Yeah, and this is the thing that this field gets packed. Oh my god.
Yeah, that one was funny too because there was a guy literally yelling and screaming, "He's running right for it!"
Yeah. So we have that kind of event going on this weekend. It's I think so. He likes to do like different like themes and stuff like that. So this theme is going to be like alcohol, the bootleggers. So like you have like the cops and the guys that are like, so the op is like themed on that, and it's really neat. God, if you're in North Florida, guys, just come. It's you got a South Carolina event going on, but like this is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, if I wasn't going to Mayhem Mill, I would actually be like, all right, I'm coming.
Yeah,
because I think the thing that sucks is that the next night game is going to be April 17th, right?
I don't have I'm going to assume yes because you're looking at the schedule.
It was on the Facebook thing. I remember that for some reason.
April 17th, man. Damn.
Yeah.
I don't see.
What the hell? Stop it.
I can hear myself.
Yeah, that was for some reason started playing over there. Southern Tactical Airsoft Group.
Southern Tactical Airsoft Group. It's in Theodore, Alabama, Black Shadow 207.
Somebody commented on here. Hold on, I'll tell you right now where it is because it was inside of the April 17th. So which sucks because I'm pretty sure I'm committed to something on the.
Oof.
Yeah,
Now, the week before that is north versus south.
yeah, the weekend before it. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, because the 25th is the other one. What was on the? I'm gonna find it. If nothing is committed, I'm gonna see how many guys want to go to that game for the play at that game.
And one thing I'm going to try to talk to Stan about is and you guys heard it first here, is to help with the Halloween event. I want to try to help with it somehow and do a certain theme. And yeah, it'll be cool.
Yeah, we did the last Halloween event I did. I was
It's a Walking Dead event.
yeah, we had a blast at that one.
Yeah.
We pissed off some people. So did you see the battle bus got some new makeovers?
Oh, I didn't show it to the audience.
I did earlier, but here I'll show you because you weren't here.
Oh, let's see it. Let me get my reaction on it.
Hold on, let me just pull it up real quick. So we haven't done the paint job yet, but we added our new gunner seats.
Oh, nice. Side gunner seats.
So there's 3 just like that. We discovered that you could just take the entire window out, which is how it's going to go for the battle bus in the future. We just remove the windows and all that.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I can't wait. We should have the propane one up in a little bit too.
That's fun.
Yeah. Actually, I probably should talk to
Stan to see if you can take the battle bus. I don't know. Like it sounds too heavy for the bridge.
For the bridge?
Yeah. Like
I mean, I would if I were to take it anywhere out there, and I'd just say, hey, we could just put it right in the center of the CQB field like we did the other place. You know what I mean? Takeable objective again. Let's see you take it this way.
I think the battle bug would be a really good fit. A battle bug would be
the battle bug would be awesome.
Yeah.
The only problem with the battle bug is I got to get the time. We need to finish the bug too, so that way I can get the damn thing painted, and it'll look fire at that point. Because it really will. Once we have because that one, the only thing we really need is the paint job, and we just need to finish up the metal work and put the ramp on the back. But I know something that both of you guys would probably like to talk about, which was the second part of the thing. But before we go into that, we just want to remind everybody there's 2 hashtags that you guys might want to consider donating to: Shave the Beard and Cleave the Beard.
Or save the beard and leave the beard.
Nope. Shave and Cleave. That's for Veterans for Airsoft. Doug's Shave the Beard is to shave Freddie Flux's beard, and Cleave the Beard is to cut Doug Smith's beard. So go ahead and donate to that first. Whatever the option is, whether it's shave the beard or leave the beard, whatever hits $1,000 first, that's the option that is taken. Same thing with cleave the beard and leave the beard. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what you wanted to talk about there, Papa. In regards
Ooh, me?
Yeah, you wanted to talk a little bit about DMR classes and weapon classes.
Weapon classes and weapon classification, your dual rating, FPS rating, minimum engagement distance, things like that. It's it's a topic that comes up often, and there's 3. I find there's 3 different feelings about it. There's guys that don't care. Whatever they're shooting is what they're shooting, and they're trying to see how many kids they can make cry. There's
you know what we call those? You know what we call those people? Papa, you know what we call those people?
Winners? I don't know.
Banned.
I agree. No, I agree. And it should be a given that I agree with that. You've got those guys. You got the guys that don't know at all; they know nothing, and then you got the guys that really, they tune everything right to the bleeding edge. We try at OP. We try to run the field milsim-ish. We run our MEDs. We run our classifications based off of milsim regs. Submachine guns, SMGs are under 1 joule. We don't require them to be submachine gun caliber. They don't have to be a 9mm 45, something like that. They can be an M4, but they have to be under 1 joule, and they can go full auto, obviously. 0 minimum engagement, with the exception of full auto. On the field, we found that we actually make a 20-foot minimum engagement for full auto. Why? Because we got a kid who's been playing at our field for a year and had his 10th birthday the other day. That's how young they get. Yeah, and his kid's he's a little beast too. So
That's crazy.
he's actually great. But when you're talking about 10, 11, 12, even 13-year-old kids, full auto and cutting a corner, them full autoing or being full auto, cutting a corner and being, a foot and a half away, and there goes 15, 20 rounds, not so much, so we put a 20-foot minimum in there for full auto. Rifleman class is 155 or 400 FPS, and we allow that full auto also just because we're milsim issues because of the rentals and what have you. The DMR and 0 minimum engagement for those guys as well. DMR class is 2.5. Yes, sorry, right? 2.5. Or 2.
Come on, you got your own rules there.
Sorry, 2.3 joules. 60-foot minimum engagement, semi-auto only. And sniper class is 3.5. And it's 100-foot minimum engagement, and we don't require it to be bolt action. It has to have a sniper delay though. So you can have either an AEG or even an HPA, as long as there's a sniper delay, which is about a 1 second delay in whatever your fire control system is. But it doesn't have to be bolt action. And you have to have, barrel lengths and things like that. We don't require a sidearm. It's recommended, obviously, because if you're playing at 100-foot minimum engagement, be anything within that, you have to be able to engage. So, and I'm just throwing out the feeling about any of those things, as well as when you convert into milsim, something like a DMR. Most milsims don't allow a 5.56, even if it's locked in semi, to necessarily be a DMR. There's very, very few that qualify. And now here I blow it all up and I throw it out, and there you go. Thoughts?
Personally, I think that if it's for a DMR class, it should probably be one of those ratings and all that. The only downside is that what if you have somebody that has a gun that shoots with a 5.56 caliber, but it shoots 2.56, joules. What do? Do you allow them to run it that way, or what? At a
milsim event, it's a no. They actually they'll turn you away and say no, you can't run.
And that's if you're not in the DMR class, right?
Well, they won't allow that caliber in a DMR class. So you can't, unless that gun, like the new Barrett 5.56, is considered DMR SPR. Because
I'm gonna throw it back at you, and I'll say that and I disagree. I think, you know why? Because you look at certain models, like I'll give you a really, really good example, the M27 IAR.
Mm-hmm.
If the case were that if the model of the rifle was to designate the class of the person, then the M27 IAR would be totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
In every rule book in TCA, Third Coast Airsoft, you're gonna see the rule. You're gonna see LMG, you full auto, all of a sudden, and then talk about the guns that you can use. And the one that they specify, ladies and gentlemen, is the M27 IAR. Why? Because it's chambered in 5.56 and it looks too much like an AR. So if that were the case where it allowed the model of the gun to designate the class, then sure. But it has to work the other way around as well. People with M27 IARs should be able to play with a box mag and play full auto, even though It looks just like a regular 416 with a longer outer barrel.
I'm with you. Don't get me wrong.
Hey,
I'm not.
Lynn, how you doing? Hey, congratulations on being engaged.
Who that? What I miss?
Yeah, what I missed.
Oh no, I just wanted to say I was just looking at chat right now. They wanted to say hi.
What is it?
Yeah. So I think there are 5.56 guns out there that in real steel do classify as DMR, and I think that they should be allowed. I think it should be broken down a little bit more, just because some guns look like ARs. I get that, but I use the Barrett as an example because that just came out and it is an AR platform. It looks, especially to someone who doesn't know a lot about guns, if you hold it up next to a Colt or whatever, it's going to look just like that, except it is designated by the manufacturer as an SPR. It is a special purpose rifle. So should you be able to have to lock it in semi and it be able to shoot DMR class? I think so. I would say yes to that. That's my opinion, and I think you agree with that.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Yeah, I still would like to. Yeah, and also like it prevents everybody from running a DMR. Everybody wants to shoot far and fast. Far and.
I want to say I'm not going to congratulate Rosie for stealing my man. You hussy! That's my man. I've already congratulated him.
They went over to Disney and they had their whole trip. I saw the pictures. I'm so jealous, Rosie.
I'm not jealous of Rosie. I'm mad at Rosie for stealing our man. I kind of figured something was up, especially because I was like, who wants to come over for burgers? And she goes, we're up at Disney. I was like, just abandoning us. I see how it is. But what a great couple. About time you put a ring on that finger. They don't count the M27 as an LMG. Well, there goes that build.
Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, exactly, Blade Shadow. That's what I was saying. Like, it'd be great if they really follow the rules. They full stroked it. They really did go through all of it. Like, I can't run around with a common machine that would be DSG'd or have like all these crazy upgrades and be shooting DMR.
Well, that's the thing. So, like, if for example, if you DSG'd it, no, it can't be DMR at that point because it's got to be locked in semi.
Exactly. I mean, hypotheticals. Like, I'm just
but so I've always had that concern, but I get it. I mean, if that one doesn't make sense to me. The LMG makes sense to me. I get it. And there are some, like a Stoner is a 5.56. So,
that PG that's right there.
Yeah.
Is
so,
a 5.56.
But a Stoner, it can run that, and what Crytek makes basically an AR that technically is an LMG, if I remember right. Doesn't Crytek make one that everybody allows an LMG?
Yeah, they do, because it's pretty much really well accepted. It's pretty accepted, and they accept it. Hey, Blade Shadow, if you're looking to build like a support, do consider getting like HPA, and then building off an LMG from there. If you wanted to do a roll, like if you get an HPA, you're able to dial up or dial down. Yeah. So, highly recommend the HPA, especially if you're trying to go rifleman to LMG, because that way it's like, less repair. HPA LMGs is like fine.
There's way more. I hear guys, just swap the spring. There's way more to changing than just swapping the spring. You can't just having it at HPA and just turn it up, turn it down. Absolutely.
Yeah. And going back to the topic, so the Crytek is pretty accessible. I think like everybody had, everyone has had or has a Crytek, and that bot and especially the Gen 1s, the earlier ones, those Cryteks were amazing. I still have my Crytek CRB, like Gen 1 with like the hooked trigger. I heard it was like manufactured from KWA, but hey,
Is that it there?
This is not the Crytek one. This is the
common machine.
yeah, but it's the same. It's the same thing. It's like when you put the drum mag on and all that, and you have on there. What I like about this one is it does have the semi and full auto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would have flipped out. That thing would have fired. But somebody did shoot out the sight on this one.
Oof. Ouch.
This was on the bug at the last second.
That's unfortunate. I lost like two. My biggest loss at Overwatch was my 2 tag and shells.
Oh, the shells themselves?
Yeah, I lost those 2 shells.
Oh, wow.
Big rip. I was running around in the mud too much. I play ghillies. I play sniper mostly, and I'm always on the ground or like hiding somewhere. And if I probably just like flew out of my pouches.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't have that problem too much because honestly, well, we addressed this with our AAR, but my teammates are idiots. When I was asking for green gas, nobody asked why do you need green gas when they see me with the things, and they would have realized my tag launchers, which I didn't have any green gas. Went to go buy some, and all the vendors were sold out. I was so mad. And then turns around and yeah, almost all my guys had at least a bottle or so I could have stolen and used. But that's one of the scary things about having tag-ins, right? When I was in the helicopter and I was shooting, not this one, but at Iron Fury, I reloaded up in the helicopter, and I was so concerned about dropping that shell that I really made sure that I could feel the bottom of my dump pouch before I let go. So, oh man, there's something else I was going to ask. Crap. All right. So when it comes down to DMRs, I don't know. I'm a type of person that wants to see more people being able to play and be limited by the gun that's there. I mean, personally, I don't care if it's chambered in 5.56 or not. But if the gun is shooting at 2.5 joules and they got all the hardware to run it as a DMR, why not let them run it as a DMR? Same thing with like an LMG, because this technically takes them 4 mags. But when I put all the hardware on it, the fake bullets and all that goes into that upper receiver right there.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. If MilSim is military simulation, and you look at all the guns that are used within any military, first of all, M4s in service right now, they go full auto. Even the M16s when I was in had 3-round burst. You could do that. So and I get why not doing it. I get the advantage, disadvantage, trying to make people have those advantages and disadvantages. I just think that it should be more specifically defined. That's my feeling as a gun builder and as a field owner. But I think I like the minimum engagement distances. I hear everybody has different ones. I was watching. I watched a bunch of videos today to kind of do some background on this, and different fields have different ranges. DMRs, I see some fields DMRs are like we're 60 foot, and some MilSims are 60 foot, some are 70 foot. I get that. LMGs are 60 foot some places, 80 foot in others. That was the crazy thing for a while was LMGs were 450 FPS at 60 foot. They can go full auto. DMRs were 450, 60 foot, but semi-auto. What's the difference? They both fire 450 FPS. Why can one be 60 foot and semi only? The other one's going to be a nail driver. So, those things are now it's 1.8 for LMGs, 1.8 joules for LMGs. But yeah, those are all. I mean, again, that's. I know for some people it's a topic of contention. I'm more interested in trying to unify the rules at least across the country. I know across the world you really can't because they have different legalities. But if I'm wrong, I like to be wrong. I like to know why I'm wrong. But if I'm right, then maybe we should start working on something to unify that.
By the way, Rev, have you checked out that D-Hop barrel yet? I heard it was pretty good.
I wonder why. I wonder who keeps. Maybe I should review it, huh? Huh. I have an MTW that I can throw it in. I could be the judge of it. Or I could throw it in a Lancer. Who knows?
A Lancer tactical?
You put it in whatever you want. From what I understand, they have a guarantee on them.
Yeah, I guarantee that they're going to break.
Going to break?
No,
not the Lancer. No, the D-Hop.
Oh. Lancer, yeah, that's going to break.
Yeah. No, the D-Hop we actually do guarantee it. It's if you find a better patch barrel anywhere on the market, we'll buy it for you. Yep.
I'd like to try it out. I'll throw.
You said if you want to talk to anyone who's got Bulldog has it in his MTW, and he can't shut up about it.
Right. Does Dion have it?
I did not put one in Dion's.
Okay.
Let's see. I didn't put it in his MTW. So Wiener has one, but in his AEG, not in his MTW. I don't think I put in his MTW yet. But I mean, I've got him in everything from Bulldogs. I think is one of the shortest ones I've put in so far. I think his was a 180. I think, ladies. I think his was a 180, and all the way out to a 520. I think is the longest I put in, and everything in between. The Spectre from our Spectre line, which is it's an AG. Sorry, it's a M4 platform. Runs Wolverine Inferno Spartan Edition engine off a Wraith stock CO2 at 1.51 joules, and I was outranging most sniper rifles at Overwatch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you know where the guard gate entrance is?
Yes.
The front of the gate itself, front of the fence, to the second story door on building 14.
Yes.
Hitting that door on a straight line with the wind.
Nice. Wow, that sounds really good. And what BB weight?
That was with what was I shooting that day? 0.3, I think I was shooting that day.
Oh, 0.3.
Yeah. So let's put it this way.
Well,
you know where the berms are over by like what do they call that? The shooting range? The regular shoot, not the sniper range.
I haven't been to that. I've never played on the opposite side.
Okay.
I've always play in the covered side. So
pretty much this jackass above me
what are you talking about?
was taking shots over 300 feet away from this elevated position. Not only did he dent the door on the battle bug with the BBs, but he also broke the classic because 2 shots came and I was like, holy shit. And Chris was there, Blade Shadow. He goes, what? I was like, that's Papa.
I will never, ever, ever fire. None of my guns will ever go outside because I don't believe in it. None of my guns will ever go outside their classification. I always try to keep them actually a little bit under. It's not. To me, that's just straight cheating. I'll build a gun. I'll build a heavyweight gun. The Veritas, our sniper rifle. It's based off of the Amoeba Striker. It's got the Wolverine bolt, and it runs it runs a Wraith stock in it at 3.45 joules, pushing 0.5 BBs.
Wow.
Just a little bit over 400 feet.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and which is funny because I was watching Balahack. I was watching Chris today, Swamp Sniper, and he was pushing the SSG 24, I think is what it was, and he was seeing he's like, how far can this really shoot? How far can this really shoot? And he had to back all the way off to get lofting. He actually aiming high and lofting.
Yeah.
He hit 360, I think. That's where he called it at, but that was with lofting.
Yeah.
This is not lofting, and that was with a 0.46. So these are with 0.5s, and we're over 400 feet.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Yeah, and I attribute at least 50% of that. At least 50% of that to the barrel, not to the rest of the gun. It really, it's got nothing, because anybody can pump up dual rating. You know, you can throw a ton of air out of a gun.
Right. But
what are you doing to the BB?
Yeah, it's not about the amount of air. It's about the hop.
Yep.
It's about the bucking. It's about the material of the bucking. It's about the arm, how much pressure you're applying, how much surface area you're applying, because it all depends about the spin and the cooling effect. Or I forgot the word. There's a very good video about a guy throwing a basketball straight down a hill, down a dam, and it's like, oh, it only went like nothing, right? And he gave it a little spin, and that little spin went like hundreds of feet.
Magnus effect.
Magnus.
Yeah.
There you go. Dr. Joker, PhD in science.
I was gonna say, don't give him that.
Hey, look, I study this shit.
But you do listen to me, and I appreciate it.
I'm a good repeater of useless information. But
one of the keys, what makes the D-Hop do what it does, is the viscosity, how viscous, and how it's almost like the grit, if you will, of the patch itself. There's the touch of the BB is so gentle. There's although it covers a surface area, it's not a hard touch, that it creates so much spin without any turbulence. So instead of the BB having to bang against the patch to create that spin, it barely has to touch, and yet it grips enough that it gives so much spin, gives so much magnus to it, that if you're not pushing a heavyweight BB, and Joker, I know you're gonna you know this to be true, when you run well, any of your guns now, but
not any of them, because you still have a few more you have to slap that barrel into.
Yeah, and if China would release some more barrels, I could get them all out there.
But like his Indestructible right here, the blue one, Rev, shoots just as good as the Umbrella Armory Oka right above it. They both shoot about 300 feet. They both shoot at 550 or 1.55 joules. The only difference between the two is rate of fire. Right. So the Indio is at 36, whereas the Oka is at 42. But you can't tell the difference if you go full.
Yeah. At that rate of fire, you're not telling the difference between 42.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah. So I mean, if one of these days you'll be able to test it out there, Rev.
Oh, of course, I'd love to. I would love to.
I'm sort of disappointed we didn't get a chance to play at all when you were down here.
Yeah, the thing is, it's just like it's the nature of the beast. I was here for a month, a little bit of vacation time. I got to play at all the ops. I mean, I got to hit some of the ops. I got to go to Iron Horse. I thought that this Iron Horse was a little bit disappointing. I'm a little bit disappointed with the American Milsim. Yeah, they really did drop. I mean, I want to be critical on them. They dropped the ball when it came to this. Like, this is like one of those like AOs that's like a once every 5 years, and they did not have enough refs. They were just
definitely that. Yeah. What team were you on again? You were on Green. Yeah.
Yeah. There was just no refs, and then the CPs were in weird places. So to give you a perfect example, I was at the first Iron Horse, and the CPs for TAN were in the AO. All right, so let me give you an example. Remember where the C-130 is for the crashes? So there's a building right on the road on that left-hand side. There's like a building there. That's the CP. It was just a one-story building, and that's where the TAN CP was. The green CP was in the buildings that were can be flooded. That's how close the games were. And so what would happen is it would just be constant fights all the time. Oh, and by the way, I totally forgot because I had to block this out of my memory because I didn't like it. How did you like that walk? How was that 1.75? I had it on my Garmin. 1.75 miles to get to the fob, and
Wait, it was
1.75 miles to get to the fob for green day one. And at that point, I was like, this is dumb.
I rode in the back of the U-Haul for that. I wasn't.
I walked. I
You're a
walked.
dumbass.
Well, I wasn't a dumbass. Where's the dumbass that's driving the U-Hauls? Because there was only one U-Haul. And usually the other thing that really ticked me off is that there was no technicals. There was no technicals. So I had this big ass RPG, and I'm like, oh, this is like I'm starting to like pull in like all the dredging up this event. Oh, by the way, you have your RPG? Well, you can't use it indoors. Oh, well, I wasn't even planning to blow up someone indoors, you know? Oh, no, we mean it. Like, you cannot use it in the subway. Huh? What?
Oh, did you hear about my incident in the subway? Oh my God! So
here, I mean, I'll finish mine while you have yours pulled up. I was with Bulldog, and I was like, that doesn't make sense. Like, that does not make sense at all. Like, you can't shoot inside. And then one of the admins goes, send it. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm good. So I literally poked this one arc perfectly, and I took out like 12 people. And I'm like, I see why they don't allow it now. Because it knocked out that whole front was gone. Everybody, they had like 12 people stacked behind a car, and I was just like, perfect. That was my only good one of my only good memories there. Where's the Zoom cam?
It wasn't working.
I know what you mean. Oh, nice. The battery's dying. Battery dying. Battery down. Oh, that battery is just like. That battery's like. If this were a trumpet player, it'd be like heaving right now.
I just love how all these guys are getting shot.
Holy shit. Really? You're not going to call any of that? I mean, holy fuck, guys.
Yeah, Max. Oh, no.
You just ran out of tracers or something.
You ran out of tracers. Jesus Christ. What's your name?
I mean, the way I planned for it was that I don't shoot a lot like that. So I had 3 mags that had tracers on me, and the rest were non-tracers.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't do it justice. If I would have had the zoom cam on, it would have been a different story because you would have seen like that one guy that was in that one corner over here to the right.
That's an impressive amount of not calling hits.
I was not happy.
That was a bad day, how they say it.
Well, they didn't even turn and look my direction when they were playing, right? So they come pouring in, and we lit them up, and it happened more than once. So I had some really good moments though. Like I knife killed 3 different squads, so 45 kills with just a knife. I killed the same squad twice. Once with, but of course at that point the GoPro was dead. I mean, the cold killed the batteries.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
It killed my tank too. So don't worry.
Yeah,
like affecting HPA too.
So that was like a thing and all that. I did talk to Bo a little bit. I got to reach out to him again because he wants like the battle bug and all that out there. He said the main thing was for Guardian 7 to allow them to come out to do it, it really was, like another test to see if they're going to allow airsoft back out there again.
Yeah.
So I get it, I understand it, but yeah, there was definitely some issues. One of my favorite parts was actually a TAM player telling another TAM player to F off. So,
I mean, there's players, those kinds of players that they just have no idea they shouldn't be belonging on the field, right, Papa? I think you'll be coming to agree with me here.
Yeah.
Well, what happened was that the one TAM player was essentially cheated. So, remember where that one flag that was in in that triangle of the black and yellow building, the orange building, and the 2-story gray building?
Not tracking. Which one? In what field?
It was in the center building. It was in the center of all the buildings. The one flag that you know where the C-130 is,
Yes.
right? Where they had it parked.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep,
Okay.
in the tracking.
So I wanted that flag back because I ran into fire to pull the flag down. I was getting shot at from multiple areas, didn't get hit. 15 minutes later, this dude literally walks through LMG fire, he's getting lit up, reaches up and pulls it down. And the admin goes, well, I didn't see it. He goes, I was like, I'll play back the video. And I pull back the video and it's like,
yeah,
beep, beep. I was like, oh, you got to be goddamn kidding me. The
no.
camera was off. So I wanted it back. So that's when I was going around to do the knife kills.
Yeah.
I go in and I come up behind one guy, kill 3 people, and then I trade with the fourth guy. So 3 knife kills. So those guys are dead. They can't even be medics.
Yeah.
And I traded with the other guy. I'm standing right by the doorway of that 2-story building. The green guy, the tan guy goes, medic, and I go, medic. The tan guy comes inside. He goes, where's your stuff? And I was like, right here in the pocket. He puts 2 wraps around. The tan guy goes, don't do that. He's green. I look at him. I look at the medic, and the medic looks at me, and he continues to wrap my arm. So he wraps up. He goes, do it. I kill him. And then his partner was right around the outside of the door. I went just like that, and I got him outside the door. So I killed him.
That's a nice guy.
And then the tan guy goes, now that that's over with, he goes, don't ever fucking do that again. He goes, what's the matter with you, man? And he's like, you're not supposed to tell him. He goes, oh, I was like, come on, dude, really? I was like, at least this guy's honorable and wrapped my arm because he already had 2 wraps on it.
Well, if you hear someone talking about and they're not supposed to be, you have to play the game as if you didn't hear him say anything.
Yeah.
I mean, as hard as that is to do, I've said it to a couple of guys. I've been walking, they're like, they're over, and I'm like, shut up. I don't want to hear it. Don't give me that leg up. I don't want to know that information because I'm not supposed to know it.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, of course, what I did was I went and hid inside of a corner, and I saw a whole bunch of bodies, 8 bodies come in. I go up, I knife kill 6 of them, and then I get into a firefight with the last 2. The guy turns his light on, and the guy in front of me is green.
Oh, my God.
Like, green? They go, green. I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, you guys got to do the walk of shame. I'm so sorry. I did not count out of my 45 knife kills, so if I did, I had 51.
You'd be surprised. It was interesting. It was interesting to say the least.
Especially, the cheating was getting kind of ridiculous, especially.
Yeah, that too. That was another thing.
Yeah, that was going on. My first time at the AO, and I loved it. I guess Alphonse and them tried to launch grenades at us from across the water. That didn't go very well.
Yeah.
They would use a slingshot. The first one they dropped, so he kicks it and rolls down into the water. Second one, it's like I was like, that thing's never going to make it over. It's going to explode beforehand. No, it's going to make it. Watch out. Halfway. I was like, waste of grenades.
Oh no.
So, but so besides the stag events, what's the next one you're going to, Rev?
I'll be going to Bone Strike 5. So that's like that's like 3 hours away. I'll be going green.
Yeah.
I'll be running with Alphonse there. I haven't figured out which class I'm going to be running, but I hear that field is really good. It's really good. It's going to be the last one they're going to have because some Karen was complaining that she was getting PTSD from the sounds that were coming out of the building. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh
I heard some counsel. Like during some counseling, and the lady goes, "Excuse me, I'd like to talk about this third coast. There's no third coast. It's only the Gulf of Mexico."
Oh my God.
That
And I
is,
just saw reenactment. But it's how I imagine in my brain. She heard all the banging, and it just reminded her of God knows where she came
Back
from.
when she was in Nam? Come on.
Yeah.
Stop it, lady.
It's too light. It was too realistic, and so she complained to the council. The council folded, and they're not allowing Bone Strike 6. They're not going to allow another Bone Strike event. So that AO is dead, and so yeah, so that makes another Mississippi field that's down. God, I miss Shelby.
yeah, I don't think Shelby's ever going to open back up. Not for another 2 years, right?
It depends on chain of command, honestly. Like, it all depends on if they could talk to the base commander and see if they can allow it to happen.
If these conversations were about paintball instead, if you talk to most people who don't play paintball, if you talk to them, they think it's silly. They got no problem with it. They think it's silly. It's paint splattering on you.
Blue jizz.
Right. That's blue jizz. A little Smurf now. That's what they think. The minute you mention airsoft and they see it, they lose their shit.
Yeah.
because of a perception.
Mm-hmm.
Because a paintball gun, although now they do actually, paintball markers now look more real than ever.
Yeah,
right.
They didn't used to look very realistic. They were in the shape of a gun, but they didn't look very gun-like, and they fired your jizz. It's the dumbest thing because that perception's there, but it's definitely a perception we need to work to get over. This needs to become. Yeah, I was talking with Christian earlier today, and we were talking about it because since I've had even the slightest bit of influence in the local community, I've done everything I could to make this an acceptable sport, not just a hobby, an acceptable sport, to help every single parent, male, mother or father.
Sport out there.
What's that?
It's the safest sport out there.
We're not doing this again. To let every mother, father, every person I meet understand that it's just a sport, and the replica. Wait, we're not on TikTok. The airsoft gun is nothing different than a tennis racket or a baseball bat or a golf club or a hockey stick or anything like that. And actually, most of those things that I just named have killed more people than airsoft guns.
That's true.
How many people have been bludgeoned to death with baseball bats, tennis rackets,
golf clubs?
Golf clubs.
It looks like a scary gun. It looks so real.
Right.
Who cares?
I'm starting that series. That airsoft is the safest sport. It's even safer than golf.
It only takes 5 minutes of a conversation to find out that I know the kids that I raise at my field. Joker, you're there. You see it. We're not militant. I'm not raising a militia. I'm actually teaching these kids who would never have played a sport before about sportsmanship and teamwork and integrity and all these things that their coach, if they played football or basketball or baseball, would teach them. Right. But they're not playing those sports. They're not interested in those sports. So I'm teaching them on the field that they are.
I think it comes down to the exposure, and I've always said this I've had a lot of conversations with other YouTubers, is the exposure with the mainstream and bigger audiences that go outside of the airsoft community. We can all say that, we just have our airsoft team show up and go to like a fair or have a booth and stuff like that and show off how good it is. But at the end of the day, that's 15, 30 people that are passing by a booth and they're local. That does not impact nationwide, statewide, nationwide.
Yeah, but you know what you need?
We-
You need a coordinated effort with a bunch of different people out there to show that this is fun. This is only for fun, and
Yeah.
you know, it's like one of the big problems that people need to. One of the big things that people need to correlate is that if people learn how to be militia by playing airsoft, those militia guys are going to die fast.
You can't be a speed boy in a militia.
No, you can't. What's you're not Raptor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's Op 31's not Raptor. We teach our kids. We teach
Raptor Airsoft is going to be like one of the poster childs for if it doesn't.
Waco. Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
no, it's gonna
Georgetown. Jamestown. I mean, sorry.
John,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I say Jamestown? And Waco. I mean, sorry.
shit.
Ah! I got a little rant to talk about. I got a little rant to talk. We want to? Can we like spend the next 12 minutes shitting on Raptor?
Sure.
Can we do that?
He'll always say yes
Hold
to
on,
that.
Trev. You didn't see the video then of when Raptor raised their price. When Raptor raised their prices and charged people to buy BBs from them.
Oh, I saw.
By some reports, they're not even bio BBs; they're just regular Elite Force BBs that are being, or regular Vulcan BBs that are being resold.
Oh.
Papa went on a rampage. I had to carry the tone of the stream because he was 45 minutes late.
I'm just gonna say this out loud that I'm gonna go to that field one day.
No, you're not. You're banned.
No, I'm not.
You are now.
Well, I don't give a shit. Here's the facts. I'm gonna show up to that field and it's gonna be the worst day of their life. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it the worst day of that field. They're not gonna know when and they're not gonna know how, but it's gonna be the worst day ever. I'm bringing my UK arms. I'm bringing my loadout. In fact, I have it right here. You want to see it?
No, I mean,
I'm telling you.
If you show it, then Raptor will know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care. They're gonna know. They're gonna see it. Like, this is my new outfit, guys. This is my outfit.
Oh
This is what I'm running.
You know
I'm running one of these.
right?
I'm showing up.
You know
They're
what?
not gonna know when, and they're not gonna know where.
Well,
They-
I don't know where because it'll be
on the field. You know that, right?
We'll know where. Oh, they're watching the stream. I'm good.
Oh, they follow my stream. Literally, the last time we had a live, last time that we had the stream on, right? And we were railing about it. They literally went through all the people that commented. They could pick out who they were. They got banned. They are so fucking petty. And the funny thing is, it's like they're blaming the players and penalizing the players for their own bad habit, their own bullshit that they caused. None of us that have been against them caused them to incur $63,000 in code enforcement fines. Now they have a legit reason against me because I did make them go for.
You did expose them. You did it. You kind of exposed them for dumping. You know,
No,
and I wouldn't call it dumping. That's called the baptismal little Baptist bath that they have. That's not technically trashing. That's where they just dig a hole, they put their trash around it, and then they do the little baptism for their cult. I mean, church.
I'm not even the one that posted. I just took the video that was existing out there because they were outed by somebody else for doing it. His name was Spencer.
So why did Doomsday get in bed with them? Like, why did they work with them?
They didn't know.
Yeah. Back then, nobody knew. Not like that. They didn't. It exploded from there.
See, that's what I heard. Like, I heard like a lot of crazy things. Like, people were like, I know one person that her and her girlfriend got kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
Just like really weird shit. Like, and like somebody that didn't want to pray because he was Jewish got kicked out. It was just like, man, they're just awful. These are scummy people.
They're not really great people.
No, they so like with the legitimate complaint they have against me is I did for my testimony forced them to go from a 70-foot vegetative berm to 100-foot vegetative berm, Florida native plants, over 1,000 feet long. Yeah, I'm gonna laugh my ass off about that because I did cost them about, I don't know, 50, 60 grand for that sort of shit, because that's a lot of money for a vegetative berm.
So why did you get it? So then what sparked this?
What sparked it was so they what as they put it, voluntarily shut down because their lawyer told them.
Lawyer, no, Jesus told them just to forget that Jesus. The owner was listening, and then all of a sudden God's like, "Hey, please shut that for just a little bit, okay? The lawyers are involved."
Yeah, the lawyer said we're not going to get anywhere unless you guys actually shut down. So the lawyer shut down, and they shut down, and then when they went to do the testimony, so when I was seeing all this, I was going to keep my mouth shut. I really was, until they started going after everybody, because there was a lot of shit that happened at Northern Watch that never should have happened.
Right.
Not have been attacked
Like
in the community. Oh
yeah, that's up, yeah.
Yeah, they banned banned anybody that was association with certain individuals. Not even look. Just because I know Cassan doesn't mean I should be banned from their field because I'm friends with her. It's irrelevant to my status as a player, unless I'm out there going around telling people, "Hey, these are the scumbags that banned Cassan." That'll be a different story. But if I'm a player,
Like you associated, you just showed up on a live stream and just like this person was in there, or like you're chatting with them, it's like, "Oh, you're banned." Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, and people are like, "That's you're over exaggerating." I was like, "No, I'm not."
No, I heard stories of it. I've heard stories of it.
What made me step up was even then I wasn't pissed off until Laz came out with his story. Laxsoft.
What happened with Laxsoft?
He got banned. He was their
Sponsored the band
because
he was sponsored, shows up and gets banned.
Yeah, because of his girlfriend's Cassan.
Wait, so why did Cassan get banned?
Because she was
work there.
Oh, yeah. She got banned because no woman should have authority over a man per Juan, the owner.
Yo, Waco! Somebody better check for the Kool-Aid. Check the Kool-Aid. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and then
I know that's like above John Liu. Like John Liu is like misogynist, kind of crazy. Then you got yourself like Raptor Airsoft, which is like we are like about to like Heaven's Gate. We're at Heaven's Gate level right now. Yo, watch out for their like matching Adidas, and they're like
so. Then I decided to look at the stuff that they're saying and all the shit they're saying.
I think we have our spy. I think we found the spy. Look at the chat. Timothy 211.
Where?
Let the woman learn in silence with all subjugation. A woman must quietly receive instructions and with entire submissiveness. Hey, Joker, you play Among Us, right?
No, that's literally. Yeah, no, I've played it before, but
Thomas is sus. Thomas is sus.
Thomas is not sus. He actually asked us last time why we had such a problem with it, and we started explaining. But that's exactly what it is. It's Timothy 2:11 is what Juan quotes all the time when the justification to not have women in power over people, and it's like, holy shit.
Can you imagine Bulldog shows up? He's like, "Oh shit."
So when they started spouting this stuff off before the hearing, I was like, "You know what? I've had enough of this shit," And then I spoke up, and when I spoke up, I was instantly banned. All right, well, fuck you. This is how this is going to go now. And me personally, I don't give two shits. I it's like the likelihood of me going back, if me going back to that field was only going to go back for a doomsday event. And as the hearing got closer, they just kept repeating worse and worse shit. Then they made the big mistake of going after my company. They started like just bashing down like my board game company, which has nothing to do with it. So like, oh lady, you know, fuck you.
Go ahead and review bomb it.
Yeah, they tried to review bomb it, which didn't work too well. And then so I was like, fuck you. Now you're gonna feel the full wrath because I've actually been a part of community hearings before. So I was like, I ran for local office. I was part of the Green Energy Environmental Committee for the town of Davie. I was like, fuckers, I know how to do a public hearing. And I had my shit down. She gets up and she talks that, oh, an airsoft gun doesn't shoot more than 100 feet.
I'd be out of business.
I was like, I went like this, and I turned to the guy that was with me. I was like, oh shit, my statement's going to change on the fly because I had a written statement. And he goes, why? I was like, because listen to the horseshit she's saying. She goes, and they're quiet. They just make this little sound. I was like, no. So when I got up there, I went full tilt, and I said, look, the petitioner is lying through her teeth. I was like, most AEGs, which is electric airsoft gun, out of the box shoots at 200 feet by itself. As for the noise, they are loud. Like the ARP9, which is the G&G's ARP9, which is one of the most common.
So why was she saying that they shoot less than 100 feet?
Because they didn't want to increase the berm.
So I don't get the berm. I don't get the berm rules.
Vegetation berm. So what they were trying to do is they wanted to put a vegetative barrier between their property and the property, Miss Murphy's property, which was behind them, because there was multiple times where BBs had landed inside of her property.
No, not the BBs. God forbid they land on the outside where there's really like nowhere they're going to go or where they're going to roll around. And
say you're walking along your fence line or whatever, and all of a sudden you get smacked in the eye with a BB.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. So vegetative berm, right? And I said, and she's talking about, I was like, sniper rifles can shoot up to 350 to 400 feet, depending. I was like, you know, and these things are not small. On top of that, and I was the one that forced them to go with bio BBs. They backed right up right to the Ocala National Forest, and they're using regular BBs, not even bio BBs, which birds see, that is seed eat and everything else. I went full tilt. I didn't give a shit. And, and they're like, so the county forced them that they have to have bio BBs on the field only. They can't use non-bio BBs, which is great, except but they didn't order Raptor to force the customers to buy through them. Only that's all it was allowed on the field was bio BBs. So yeah, I mean, how bad is their pricing model? Let's see. Hey, if I buy a bottle of BBs from you on Saturday and I come back Sunday, do I need to buy a whole new bottle of BBs? Yes, you cannot use the ones you had before.
That's crazy.
What?
That's crazy.
It's
I heard that if you run too fast, you get banned.
That's
why I'm just like, I'm rolling up with my crew. I'm rolling up with my crew, and we're gonna make the worst day for them, and we're gonna get it all on video.
and that's the thing about it, right? It's
I'm sorry I'm being very petty, but when they crossed over the line, when they started like making fun and like making statements and things about people's religions, sexual identity, and what they like, they really they poked a bear. They poked a bear, and it's like, you know, when they draw the line, I draw the line right around like that, and when they go full anti-Semitic, oh man, it's like, oy vey, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, and that was another problem that I had too. It's like
that's like the one, like, you figure that in 2021, if you're a business owner, you want to bring as many people together, because we're all leaving quarantine, we're all getting ready to go. Oh man, I want to go play airsoft at my local field. Oh, I got to pay $50 and buy their shitty Falcon BBs. And oh, by the way, $50.
Now I will say this. I do not know for sure if that's what they're doing. Okay, I'm only basing it off the reports of what other people said. But if you call up and ask them what type of BB they're using, they don't know the name of the BB. That's kind of a problem. So
they can verse the verb that says that that a woman should be subservient to a man, but man, they can't look at it. They can't read what's in the bottle of BBs.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the like one of the things that really pissed me off was that at Northern Watch, I'm at my booth. She comes over. She starts up her Instagram, and she's doing a live thing, which is not a problem until she started making a lot of anti-gay comments regards to like the pride patch and everything else. And I was like, please stop recording right now. Please go away with that. And she goes,
because that affects your business.
Well, I just came off, and that was me coming off of the whole play test my penis bullshit that went through. A woman made the comment, thought she was going to be funny, ended up turning into a massive thing, which literally shut down one of my board game companies. I had to shut down one of my board games companies because of it.
Oh, wait a minute. I heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's funny as fuck now because of cancel culture. But she's doing that shit. I was like, really? I don't need you over here talking anti-gay shit when I'm very pro-gay to begin with. You know, it's like, Jesus Christ, walk away. And she took offense to the fact that I told her, you know,
fan world.
Yeah, $100 for a new player to play and rent a gun. But I don't think they're getting big. I don't think they're getting big numbers there. I wonder why.
How do you will show up if anybody knows? If you know anybody.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna. Raptor's probably going to be gone within the next 6 months.
I believe it. I
don't think they're going to get the revenue to continue working. I don't think they're going to get the revenue to do the buildings they need to. They got the conditional use because of the site plan got approved. So it should be kind of interesting to see what happens there. But yeah, talk about shooting yourself in the foot. And like Papa doesn't yell at anybody. He's Mr. Politician. He's Mr. Play Nice. Diplomat. Yeah, well, diplomatic community went out the fucking window there.
Listen, you come after my family, you try to take advantage of my family, I'm going to have a problem.
What?
So, look, I believe very much in this community, right? It's done a lot for me, and being able to give back to it is something that I'm very proud of. It's the most rewarding thing I've done since I was a recruiter when I was in the Army. It really is a very, very big deal to me. And these guys, it's bait and switch tactics. It's they're cornering people who can't go anywhere else and forcing and it's all about. It's got nothing to do with the player. It's got everything to do with the money. It really bothered. It bothered me so much to think that they were trying to do. When I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I wish I could find things for even cheaper than what I sell them for, so I could sell it even cheaper. I know what it costs to play this damn sport. I know not all these kids have all that kind of money. And I know there's wealthy kids that play too, but not everybody is. Some of these kids are running around. They're using Walmart guns still, little spring pistols, and to charge someone $50. I mean, $50, and then to say that's a package, as if you have a choice, and force you to buy their BBs every single time that you can't. They don't give you the option to store them at their facility if you don't use the whole bottle. Like tape with your name on it.
$50 every single time.
Every single time. They're overcharging for their BBs and they're forcing you to pay it. There's no way I'm going to let that slide. There's no way I'm going to let someone like that into my house.
Right.
Not going to happen. I don't run airsoft, but I'll fucking protect. See?
Yeah.
And Rev, they can't go over 50 players.
What do you mean 50 players?
They're not allowed to have.
I mean,
they're not
that's good. That's honestly like a good weekend, but I doubt. Really?
Yeah, the problem is like if you have to think about the amount of debt they have to overcome, right?
Yeah.
So just on their tax, just on their fees for code enforcement was 63,000. So for on 35 players for 63,000.
Holy shit! Now that I think about it, and that's like consistent 35. Romans 2:1. Yeah, this Thomas guy just like dun 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 dun. You therefore have no.
Hey,
That's
hang on.
36 weeks.
You tell Yordi I said shut up.
What's that?
That's 36 weeks for them just to clear their debt for the tax for the code enforcement. Then
Talk about me.
they have the building codes, the building costs that they're going to have to incur, the berm, paying their lawyers, paying the site planner, paying everything else. They're like $200,000 to $300,000 in debt.
Isn't it take money? Doesn't it take money? Spend money to make money?
Yeah, but if you could only and wait, that's not even.
So they must be making a lot of money, right?
And they have to be closed every the last Sunday of every month.
Oh, Lord Jesus!
No,
Give me a sign.
we forced that on them.
It's like, oh, it's because we have to go to church.
No, it's literally the county so other people can enjoy their neighborhood because they're in a residential neighborhood running a commercial business.
Oh, okay.
So the construction costs are going to be high. The legal costs are there. I mean, all the stuff they have going on.
They'd be riding on like the money that they made from the data from Doomsday event then.
No, because they were already in the hole. That's the whole thing.
They made next to nothing, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, the problem is that if you can only have 50 players out on the field at a time, on a day, then, and on top of that, you think, oh, the summertime is going to be great. What happened in the summertime?
A little warm.
And it rains like a motherfucker. So that'll kill their business as well. So really, their peak time is from November through about maybe mid-April. And then they're going to start seeing stuff go down, and then other fields are capitalizing on it. Like hell, Warzone, Deadpool's like, you show up, you say you call, you have to. If Raptor Airsoft calls you a demon, show up for $5 off our game.
What did I say last time? What did I say? 10% off?
Yeah,
something like that. If anybody shows up with their bracelet from playing there. If they come see us instead, you make the trip on down. I'll make it worth your while.
Yeah. They're in Mississippi and Alabama. They all have that. Raptor has that same reputation. Already, people are talking about Raptor being a shitty field. Like it's people outside of state. Even Stan's like, yeah, they're clowns.
Well, Stan actually and I had a conversation about it. I was like, look, yeah, I had to take the unusual. Think about it from my perspective. I'm a fucking player.
Yeah.
I have to go.
Players wanted. See what I did there?
I know, right? I'm a player, and for us to get a field shut down or want a field to shut down, it has to be so extreme because no matter what, we want people in this sport to play. It benefits me for Raptor being open and them to be a good field. Because then I can bring more audience to me by going there to play and everything else. What the hell did my wife order now? So it's like that's the sort of stuff that you have to look at, like motives behind stuff. It's like when people are like, "Oh, you just want to shut a field down." I was like, "Why do you think that? Why do you think I want this field shut down?" You know,
Yeah.
Look, I might not go to a field again. Right, I might not go to. There's like a couple fields that I will not go to a second time because I went there and I was like, eh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a certain one inside of a mall inside of a state north of us that I won't go into. I don't want to badmouth them because it just wasn't my cup of tea with the way it was. But I mean, how many fields have you wanted shut down, Rev?
None.
Yeah, you talking about burning down Raptor?
I'm not going to burn down a Raptor, but I'm just going to. We'll just say, like, I'm going to show up. I'm going to have my outfit. I'm going to have my UK arms. and it's just gonna be a hassle. It's just gonna be a hassle for them. I tell you what, like I cannot stand when when bigotry takes over, because it always turns into those fields, and those have become like the voice of, oh, look at these people, all these airsoft, they're all like Christian crazy cultists that have like Fallout. What's that game called? Far Cry 4 vibes. He probably has like a nuclear bomb in his backyard that he's cooking up. You know, Chad, if you can tell me.
Yep.
Far Cry 4.
Far
Cry 5. Far Cry 5.
I'm about to say you're probably thinking of 5, but
yeah, 5.
Yeah, exactly the point that I was making on it, because it harms, because like people go, why are you always wearing Hawaiian shirts? Because I'm taking back the Boogaloo Boy look. Fuck those fucking white supremacist assholes. My fucking look, bitch. Back off my stuff, man.
Yeah, I just can't stand bigotry. It has no way it should bigotry be allowed to exist, and especially in this community where they're making a ton of fucking money off $30 fucking poor individuals that could be going to Operation 31 or Stag or not my airsoft. They're making plenty of money right now as it stands, but there's other great fields.
There's
I love Danny. Don't get me wrong. I'm a professional. I review guns. I review crappy guns, UK arms, and I shill for UK arms. So you tell me where my prerogative is.
But like when it comes down to like fields, I mean, Wasteland Ops is even though it's small, it's much smaller than
Still better.
It's much better. The players there are much better. And actually, that's the first place that the Battle Bus has a paid gig at. So the Battle Bus is going to be on the field for their Mini Milsim 3 2-day event. And my guys are all wearing Hawaiian shirts. We're not green or tan. We get to kill whoever we want.
Oh, sure.
I actually take issue with the whole wearing a shirt does not make you unless your shirt says KKK on it. It's not definitive to mean anything in particular. Both guy that's actually on our team has been wearing Hawaiian shirts since I've known him on the field.
Who, Bowman?
Yeah, Bowman's been wearing. I mean, he is a Boogaloo Boy, but that's.
I'm laughing.
That's besides the point. Before there were Boogaloo Boys, he was still wearing Hawaiian shirts. I think it's dumb. I also think it's dumb that for people to think that they can even protest against something like, we're getting ready to do. We're going to have the Boogaloo out, right? It's more of a mockery than anything else. We're going to have all the factions represented. We're making fun of this shit. Tiny was afraid. Guys were all afraid. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we should postpone that game, and people are going to get upset. I care. People are going to get upset. We simulate killing people. They're going to get upset at a political statement. Stop it. No. I refuse. I refuse to bow to anything like that. You know me. That's not going to happen. I'll never shut up because somebody says for no purpose to shut up. Right. If I'm upsetting you, if my words upset you, I'm sorry you're that delicate. It's not, your hurt feelings are not my responsibility.
But you're not going out there to do it from intention to actually cause harm. Or someone comes up and say, hey, look, if somebody actually approached me, is like, look, I watched my entire family get murdered by somebody wearing a blue Hawaiian shirt. I'll be like, but the reality is our sport already has enough eyes on it for honestly some of the right reasons. I mean, the shit looks real, so it's a concern. You have a bunch of idiots running around with the wrong sort of for protection, and a lot of fields allow stupid shit to happen. That's only going to lead to more regulation of our industry unless we take action as players. And
that's the key right there.
Yeah.
Fields that aren't responsible and players not taking the responsibility. Absolutely.
and we all will suffer for it.
Yeah.
Like the idiot, like it was so surprising that more backlash didn't come out of the idiot that was on top of the New York City building posing for Instagram pictures.
Right.
When he got arrested, you're on top of you know.
Yeah, I mean,
If you're going to do some stupid shit like that, be on the tallest fucking building so nobody can look down.
Yeah, Blake Chadwick said a really good point where he wishes MA did more with their field. There's so much potential. I think the biggest. So I've traveled across the United States to play at different ops and different fields, different game days, and Miami Airsoft has like this unique problem that I've never seen any other field have, where it's like the field was amazing. The owner, you could tell that he likes airsoft, but there seems to be an issue where it's not only but the players that play there, like a lot, not the consistent players, but like the people that go to the field that are in the area or wherever they come to that field is very negative. And they come in there and they think it's the MMA, it's the UFC gym. All right. Like they watch like those fake. So, and on top of it, like the refs don't do a good job stopping that stuff. So 2 instances. Number 1 instance.
It's the male machismo of Miami that gets in the way of Miami Airsoft. That's true. I think that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I
was beating around the bush, but you kind of nailed it.
Oh, I'd say because I've almost gotten into 3 fights there.
Yeah,
I've broken up 2 physical fights, and
my HPA P90, I got shoved and the P90 broke, and it was the Asimov one that's on my Instagram. That thing broke, and because of some kid pushed me on it, and the fight and the refs didn't do anything about it. They let the guy go, and he just ended up walking out, and then I ended up saying, I'm like, he just broke my gun and you're just going to let him go like that? And then on top of it, like the refs, the last time I was there was a really negative experience. They were just like I was at the cash register and I'm like standing there and like I'm just waiting for the guy and he just like walks away and I'm like, okay. He comes back and I'm like, hey man. And he just keeps walking. I'm like, okay. And he goes, I look back and I'm like waving at him and he goes, what do you want? I'm like, can I pay? Okay. And he takes like takes my card, does all this stuff, and I'm like, and I show him, and then I go in there, and then he's like, he gives me the wrist, he's like throws me the wristwatch and walks away. I'm like, okay, asshole. And then they're like calling me kid, and I'm like, and so like the first time, and I ignored it when he started calling me kid when I was like, because I didn't have like a barrel stock on, even though like I was like trying to look for it. It was like on the table. They were like, "Oh, kid! Hey, kid! Hey, kid!" So I just kept ignoring him. I'm like, and then he goes, "Hey, hey, hey!" And I'm like, and then so I get to the stand, I put on my barrel stock, and he goes, "Hey, what was your barrel stock, kid?" I'm like, first of all, I'm not a fucking
adult.
I'm an adult. And second of all, like I just had to get it out here. And then the third thing that happened was that they were like not explaining the rules to anybody, and no one knew the game, and they just kind of split everybody off. And then at like 30 seconds before, like 5 seconds before the game's like you hear a guy in broken English goes, game on, and there was like no rules, no order, no one was calling their hits, and the refs weren't helping police it.
Game?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't you can't pay me to go to Miami Airsoft on the weekend.
Nope. It's always during the week. I mean, even during the week, you get a few guys like last week was actually all right. The week before we had a video that garnered me a whole bunch of reviews because I literally I bet the guy $1 that I hit him. And he goes, bet. He goes, all right, no problem.
But
sure enough,
watch out, we got a badass over here.
I saw the tracers hit him, and he was wearing a fucking. I'll give him credit. The guy went in there wearing a leather jacket, t-shirt, sweatshirt, plate carrier, leather jacket.
Oh, this guy, yeah.
Wow, this guy, he's scared. He's totally a badass. He's totally not afraid of getting hit by BBs.
Yeah, and then each time he tried to force a trade, like every interaction, you would shoot him, and then he would take a shot at you. Like it happened every single time, and I realized what he's doing at the end of it. But I'm like, no, screw that, man. But I literally was like, nope, I was like, I went home, put the video up almost immediately. I was like, there it is, one hit to the arm, one hit to the stomach, just like I said I did, and but it's like during the week on Wednesdays, it's usually pretty good now. There's only maybe one or two guys. Even still, the guy was like getting all loud and stuff. I was like, how about you? Like 4 weeks ago, there was a guy that was there. I'm on his team. I am walking back to spawn, dead. My hand is up. As I come through, between where Everglades is and that townhouse, that doorway that's right there, Rev.
Yeah.
He was right. Yeah. As soon as he saw me crest through, he shoots me 4 times in the stomach.
Oh, Jesus.
Below where the padding is on my padded shirt. So it stung. I was like, ow. So at the end of the game, I was like, hey, man, try to be better with target acquisition. You shot me 5 times or 4 times. He goes, fuck you. No, I mean, instantly turned on. I was like, I was just coming over here to tell you I was dead. I'm on your team and you shot me 4. No, you didn't. So I lifted up my shirt and it's the first game I played. And there's 4 bright red welts on my stomach. I was like, that's all you, bro. I was like, come on, man. I was like, but it's that sort of mentality. And then, we try to, not engage with the hostility and all that other shit. But
right. But it's the thing is that the refs need to be there to like at least curb it. And the refs they don't get paid enough for it. They just don't care.
No. I mean, that's one of the downsides for it, but hey, I
call it the McDonald's of airsoft.
I mean, if you don't go on a weekend,
yeah,
it's actually one of the best indoor fields I played at.
It is. It actually is.
Have you played at Nashville Airsoft yet?
Not yet, but I have played at TCA. I played at that one op in Georgia. It's in Atlanta. They have like a bunch of big events there. It's if I have my patch file, I know which one it is.
You're talking about SNS Airsoft, or are you talking about
SS Airsoft? Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I just sent you, Joker?
I can't see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
What is that from Raptor?
Well, somehow I can, and somehow I'm actually an admin.
Can I see it? Can I see it?
I didn't. No, well, you can try. I can send it to you. If you can't see it, you can't see it. I must be an admin for it somehow.
Screen cap it.
No, I don't want to. Well, here's why. Hang on. Well, I can screen cap it and I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Stirring the pot.
No, that's why I'm not putting it. I wanted to. I just happened to see this. It was last week, which is fine. Doesn't matter. But look down at the price. What am I doing wrong?
That's weird.
You even want to see even more weird? Let me do this for you.
What is that?
Huh? Here, hang on. Let me.
Oh, member of the South Florida Airsoft community. I'm part of that group.
Yeah, I'm an admin in it, which is probably why I can see why I can actually edit. Oops, I can actually edit. I can publish this. It's not even published. I can publish it. But oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. The thing I just sent you just there. Look in that picture. See anything in that picture? Keep looking.
What's up, Blades Ninja? How you doing, man?
Keep looking.
Your everything's wide.
Yeah. Let me see. I messed it up.
Share that screen so everybody can see what's going on.
No, sir.
Yeah, I know why he's doing it. I see it.
See it?
Yep.
Oh. Can you show it? Send it to me through Facebook, and I'll take a look.
I don't think you'll get the reference. That shit.
Yeah,
You won't get the reference. I got it.
but yeah. So, well, so price wise, what am I doing wrong?
I mean, I always the way to word it, right? Because you're out. Well, I already told you should go up to 25. Period. You know. But we can talk.
I'm talking about how I don't like how Raptors trying to rob people.
Yeah, well, the difference there's a huge difference between look if you had your price at $30, right? Okay, that I can understand, but you're not going to force people to pay $50 to play. That's a big difference. It's a big jump. You know, forcing people to buy your BBs and shit, forcing people to and that's only on the cheapest BB too. That's not even on their more expensive shit. Blades, we don't have any free giveaways right now for airsoft guns. Sorry, bro. Oh, maybe Rev might have one of those lovely UK arms to give away.
Plenty. Remember, it's not a sponsorship, kids. It's a blood pact.
Thanks,
Always out.
Blades. I appreciate it. But yeah, Papa, we could talk about that when we end the broadcast, and we can give Rev on.
Yeah, maybe we've been going on for 3 hours and 16 minutes. Gosh.
Yeah. Guys, Thomas, by the way, I got the number for you. Just reach out to me. Send me a message real quick on Facebook so I remember to give it to you for that card to be done. All right, guys. Yeah, we are going way past our time that we normally
Yeah, you think?
So at this point, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping things up. So first and foremost, remember there are 2 charities going on right now: Shave the Beard and Cleave the Beard.
Save the beard and leave the beard.
No, shave the beard and cleave the beard. Hashtag shave the beard. Hashtag clear the beard. Cleave the beard. That's for Veterans for Airsoft. Doug Smith and Freddie Flux are going to be shaving off their beards that they've been growing for years. Let's make it happen. Donate. The first one to get to $1,000 for each one of those 2 ones actually wins. And so if we raise, I think it's Freddie's is almost there. It's like $700 some odd to shave that shit. So check that out. Help out the Veterans for Airsoft guys to continue their mission. We're going to have more stuff up about the battle bus here real soon. So we're actually going to be putting together a new website for Players Wanted and the team, so you guys could follow where we're going to be going out to the events and all that, and then help us with our mission of getting the battle bus and battle bug out to an event near you. We want to go and thank all of our lovely sponsors, Dead End Outfitters for the lovely guns and the awesome barrels they do, High Powered Airsoft, of course. We want to thank Boneyard Airsoft, Norwest Airsoft, and Doomsday Airsoft for all their support. Also, we want to thank Rev for coming on and sticking on for at least an hour and a half. I want to say it's always a pleasure to talk with my
absolutely. It's always a pleasure to play with the guys that are great with the community, that are building the community. I want to grow it, so I'm always here to help out fields, players, anybody, especially people that are trying to start in airsoft, because that's a bloodline, and that's how we grow this community. It's
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's one. I don't know if I taught you lately, but that's one of the main reasons what we've been doing now. Like if with TikTok, people message, "Hey, I'm in the area, Miami area. Where should I go?" I was like, "Oh, come out to Miami Airsoft on a Wednesday. We'll help show you some stuff." And of course, the sponsored product, the best product that we must mention is also that D-Hop barrel. If you don't have a D-Hop barrel, you're being outshot by people that do. Dead End Outfit is also coming out with a whole new line of cool ass guns, the Vinny Vici and all the other V names plus the
Vinny Vici, Veritas.
Yeah, there it is.
And Indestructible. Those are all the lines right now.
Yep.
Gotta get some of those over to you, Rev, so you can do a review.
Hey guys, Rev here, and today we're going to be reviewing the barrel. I don't know the whole name about it, but it's going to be great. If you want me, I have some really good ideas. I'll throw it on to you, Karen, and see how well she. No, I'm kidding. No, I'll do a really good review for you.
You should throw it on. Throw it on. I as long as it shoots, I would say 300 FPS.
There's next. Thank you. Next.
I've had some spring.
How does 180 FPS sound?
What was that one you shot that was like 40 FPS?
The only problem with that, I would say, honestly, is it's not enough energy. It's just.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not.
It's not. There's no way. There's not enough energy. There's nothing there. It's plastic. It's straight plastic. But anyways, y'all, I think we want to talk out of stream, but
our after hours.
But yeah, make sure you follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/Revention. And if you're on Twitch, oh yeah, that's right. I started a Twitch this week. So go ahead and follow me on twitch.tv/Revention.
Yeah, you're late. What are you starting your TikTok? Because you're behind the game. I got more followers than you on TikTok. Rev, honestly, brother, thanks for coming on. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate you. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here doing all this stuff. So until next time, we'll see you in the field. You all stay safe.